money this quarter for Shell V-Power, the official fuel partner of the AFL.
Good afternoon and welcome to a sparkling SCG round 24. Sydney hosting Melbourne, a celebration of an iconic AFL goal-kicking legend and a home final on the line. A huge afternoon ahead as we bookend the home and away season, and we do it all with thanks to McDonald's and Ream Hot Water. Triple M Rock Sunday football. Ream Hot Water built up for Aussie conditions. When it comes to water heating, go nowhere else. Ask your plumber to install a Ream. Round 24 is here. It's the Swans and the Demons. They're about to lock horns in about 5 minutes as I welcome the man on special comments. Well, it's T-shirt and shorts weather here, Luffy. It's 19 degrees. The man is a superstar, Hall of Famer and the Bali Geckos on aboard. It's good afternoon to you.
Thank you, Brad, and what an absolutely awesome day it is. 3:30, 3:20 start, the sun's shining, it will get cloudy, it will cool down a little bit, the ground is in perfect condition, and the crowd is building. The word is they may be locking members out before the game even starts today because it's a sellout, plus there's not enough seats to fit all the members.
The equation's simple, Luffy. Melbourne cannot go anywhere. They're locked in fourth position. Sydney must win if they get a home final.
They must win it. And how is this? This is a mirror, an absolute mirror of 2022. The Swans won their last 7 games last season. They have now won their last 6 coming into the last round. They were sitting 15th at round 18, and now they're a chance for a home final.
Well, this is the Triple M footy prime time for Jim Beam. It's set to be an epic match, and that's worth raising a Jim Beam drink responsibly. Speaking of responsibly, this man has been piloted in from the gloomy state, and I welcome him to the broadcast, Barry Denner.
Thanks, Snap and Luffy. Always a pleasure to be in a confined space with you blokes here at the SCG. It is, as you said, Snap, it's just perfect for footy, and we can't wait to get stuck in it. The Swans with the home final on the line.
For Bob Jane T-Mart, rounding out our call team this afternoon, Justin Edwards, good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon, gentlemen. Late change here at the SCG. Tom Papley is out for the Swans. Ryan Clark comes into the side. Aaron Francis starting as the sub for the Swans. Bailey Lowry starting as the sub for the Demons. Max Gorns just won the toss, kicking to the Randwick end of the SCG.
Oh, nice work, Justin. Bob Jane T-Mart. Have great buy 3, get 1 free, plus instant cashback deals. Call or order online today. T's and C's apply, Luffy. And don't forget the listener promo. Well, you can stream it all, every game on Triple M Footy live on the listener app. Download it now, LISTNR.
Going to come really down to forward pressure from both sides. Just they've got to stop the easy run. When Melbourne get it in their defence, Stephen May, he gets his hand on the ball so much they run it out too easily. Swans forward need to stop that. Same at the other end. We see Petrarca starting again in the forward line. He's played about 65% in the forward line over the last month or so, and he's been rewarding the Demons with a lot of goals.
Full house at the SCG for McDonald's and Ream Hot Water. Triple M rocks footy. The bounce is magnificent. It's a real September finals type atmosphere here this afternoon. And with Port Adelaide getting the job done over Richmond, the Swans now the side with everything to play for to push up the table. Free kick to the Demons out the centre of the ground. Petrarca kicks inside forward 50. Fox on the end of it for the Swans. Brayshaw bottom of the pack for Melbourne. Punched out a hand pass to Oliver. Heavy tackles laid about 55 out from Melbourne's goal. And the umpire to come in and ball it up.
Troy Luff with us this afternoon for Seabass Super Special Comments. Seabass Super making hard work pay off. Glorious afternoon for footy. To bookend round 24, Clayton Oliver gets a little handball to Viney, goes further wide. And an excellent kick back in. That coming from Bowie. High ball to the hot spot. Flying kick at it from Langdon. And that'll miss everything and go out of play on the full. It'll be a free kick for the Swans in the back pocket broadcast side.
The dangerous man the Swans have to be wary of is Cozzy Pickett. He's actually leading their goal kicking with 33 goals this year.
So the Demons' first entry, the Swans to defend. And Blakey, you reckon perfect conditions for here this afternoon for him. Little short ball to Mills. And Mills still deep back pocket. And kick across ground. And the marker's taken by Cunningham. So he's right on defensive 50 on the boundary line in front of the Victor Trumper stand as to where the Demons are going to in this first term. Drop punt. About 40 metres to the outer side wing. Big fist on it, Lever, as he always does. Punched at the ground level. Hunter there. Kicks Melbourne inside quickly again. Bounces for Joel Smith. Little snap across the body from Melksham to a vacant goal square. Bounces high. And to the right of the point post, out of bounds. Boundary throw in deep right forward pocket for the Demons.
Got to mention Tom Hickey's 150th game today. Congratulations to him. He's played over 4 clubs, 4 states, well-travelled man, and he's announced his retirement at the end of the season.
So throw in Randwick end, western side of the ground. Demons in attack when Van Rooyen pushes it forward. Petrarca on the end of it. Can he bend it? He tries. And he misses everything. It's out on the full. Or is it a minor score?
They're not sure.
They're going to review it, I think, Luffy.
They are going to review it. It was so high, and neither umpire were actually standing looking up the pole to see when the ball crossed on left, right, or over the post. So Razor Ray is going to call for a review.
And Triple M Harvey Norman replay. Harvey Norman, huge coffee expo. Ending Monday by a selected coffee machine and get 10% back in gift cards.
Have a look at this replay, guys. How on earth are they going to determine which side of the post the ball went on? There's no camera that is going to see that angle. Have a look at the right TV screen there, Baz. Look where the ball is.
It's
above the grandstand.
Yeah, it'll be the initial call from the umpire.
And what was that?
The score review is just about done by the look of it.
Go for it.
Umpire's call.
And what did they call?
Is out in the full. Umpire's call is out in the full. And Lloyd brings it in for the Swans. Little short ball to Rampy. Still deep in the back pocket, right back pocket. Broadcast side of the ground. Perfect conditions here at the SCG. The most beautiful conditions I reckon I've seen all year for a game of footy. Drilling pass onto the chest of Stevens for Sydney.
I thought it came off wrong, Baz. It nearly went out in the full. It was actually a perfect kick.
Short ball inboard to Parker, and he's still at half-back for Sydney.
He'll jab one wider to centre wing. And Lloyd pushes up and gets it. He'll drive it towards half-forward. Broadcast side of Marty comes full. Chested at the footy and takes a fine grab. Well, he was sort of 2 or 3 deep, wasn't he? I thought Rivers had the best position. Marty jump it to the hot spot. They fly. No one can take the mark. Ball in the grass. McLean goes and tries to find it. Clayton Oliver's there. He'll scoop it wide and Hunter can clear for the D's.
He does. He rushes a kick to the outer side wing, but it's a contest at ground. Look at Blakey come in. Sprinted into the contest. Breaks the tackle of Melcham. No, Melcham hangs on. Brings the ball to ground level. Brayshaw clever. Hand pass out to Pickett. Low drop punt to Van Rooyen at half forward. Fox good. Worked his way to the front. Tapped it to ground level for Sydney. Hand pass back. A little ball will come inboard and back towards the wing over McLean's head. No, it lands short. And Brayshaw at ground level to clean up for Melbourne.
So they're a chance to go forward again. Breakneck speed, the starter to this one. Fox gets back, tracks it towards halfback. McCartan with a slick little give. Gives it to Mills and now to the Lizard. He'll want to get on that left side. Eludes Petrarca and delivers wide with a pinpoint pass. And Amadi hugs it to his chest at halfback. Looks up, chooses the corridor. Pinpoint pass to Heaney. They want to go quickly again. Heaney looks up. Driving ball to half forward. Logan McDonald gets it, plays on and hooks it left. It'll be a minor score. Triple M Shell scoreboard. Shell V Power, the official fuel partner of the AFL.
Spaz, you must be slow if Maxi Gawn runs you down. He was the tackler. He kept the pressure on Logan McDonald, made it hard and ended up running him down.
Rivers from fullback plays on for Melbourne. Long ball to Stephen May, a long way from home, outside defensive 50. Drop the mark, Heaney lays the tackle. The umpire should ball this up, he will. Hey, Luffy, what about Clayton Oliver? 56 minutes Finn McGuinness spent on him last week.
Yep.
Kept him to 5 possessions.
Yep.
Do you go hard tag on him again?
Well, it's hard to stop him all the time, and it's hard to find a tagger like that other than, I reckon, Robbie Fox or Ryan Clark, and Robbie Fox has already got a big job in the back line.
So disputed ball, centre wing broadcast side, going hard. Put his head down was Parker, and he drew the free kick, finding a little high.
Can you get off him, please, now?
But maybe Ryan Clark might be good to sacrifice as a hard tagger.
So first term, 5 minutes gone. Sydney just the one behind. Melbourne yet to score on the Shell V-Power scoreboard. Parker driving ball towards centre wing, and that's a good mark. Taken by Stephen May. He looks to go to the corridor.
So he goes back to Lever, who marks Furtz full back for the Demons. But a short option in young Turner, who leads about 15 metres away from him. He elects to ignore that and drive it out here to the broadcast wing again. Gawn in front. The ball sort of fell into his belly very, very sharply. Put it to ground level. Warner had a chance. Petrarca got in the way. Petrarca dispossessed. Picked up by Warner for Sydney. Kicks back inside forward 50. Punch down to Oliver. Got a bit of pressure. Mills right with him. Down at ground level close to the boundary. Road bottom won't get there. McVie did for Melbourne on defensive 50. Hand pass to Stephen May. Pops it onto the head of Melcham on the wing. He got a shove in the back against Fox. and he's got the free kick, the Demon.
So Milksham will drive the ball clear towards half forward. Rampy comes third man up, gets the footy to grass, tracks it back towards the boundary line. Little handball to Blakey. Blakey, clever little tap back to Rampy. Rampy went inboard, speculative ball. McCartan reads it well. A little chip round the corner to Goulden, has to wait for it. A little hands, well, they were clean down low. Inboard handball, they cross centre half back with a clean ball from Mills. Heaney rows it front and square, he can go. Heaney's going to get run down, drives the ball clear. Beautiful kick, Heaney. And Logan McDonald marks 10 metres out directly in front, Paddington end.
Great vision and a great decision by Isaac Heaney there. First he had the lead of Armity leading to the pocket. His opponent was on him. It had to be a perfect hit if he wanted to hit him. He saw McDonald deeper. He knew that he could just sit the kick up. It didn't have to be a perfect kick, just in the area. And in the end, it was spot on. And McDonald the chance to kick the Swans' first goal.
Going at just under 2 goals a game, Logan McDonald this year.
He's been pretty accurate too, Logan McDonald. 29-12.
More game time. There's a key man in Sydney's forward half, and he gets Sydney's first. The crowd erupts at the northern end. Turnstiles were on fire early. They are packed into the SCG. Sunny Sunday afternoon, and the home side lead at 1-1-7 to Melbourne yet to score on the Triple M Shell scoreboard.
Talk about packed in, Brad. At the moment, 33,687 people are already inside the SCG with a capacity of about 44,000. We might get that today, and it was really well worked. But you go right back to the half-back line. The Swans, they were prepared to take the risk. They were prepared to try and hit short targets. Didn't come off. They went again. Didn't come off. In the end, Isaac Heaney, beautiful pass from him, the centre of the ground to find McDonald.
For McDonald's and Ream Hot Water Triple M Rocks footy, don't forget at Macca's this week, score 20% off your entire order when you spend $10 only at the My Macca's app. That's what you got to get. Get that app and your dreams will come true, just like mine did. The bounce. There's beautiful, nice high bounce. Max Gawn read it beautifully. A little tap down towards Oliver. Rowbottom got in the way between him and the footy. Allowed Goulden, but Goulden under pressure. Hand pass goes straight to Gawn. His kick was touched, play on. Lloyd marked it, but immediately swamped by Demon forwards, but he got a high contact free kick.
At the moment, Baz, Rowbottom is playing on Clayton Oliver. It's not a hard tag, but I am watching him. He's playing very tight.
So Lloyd with the footy. Sydney by 7 points. 9 gone first term. They advance to the outer side. Disputed ball, centre wing. Lockie Hunter with a slick little give. He'll get it back. He'll want his left foot. He gets run down in a good tackle. Braden Campbell tracked his hips and put the clamps on him. He squirts a little ball towards half forward. Logan McDonald can't mark. Rowbottom, slick little give. Warner can run. A little low dart to Heaney. Swans look slick early.
Yes.
And Heaney will have a shot to goal at the Paddington end, 45 out directly in front.
Another really good decision there, because if you looked up, all the Melbourne defenders have started to push deep to help out Stephen May. Maxi Gawn was deep, and that just left that little gap open at the 45-metre mark, and really good hit from Chad Warner.
The eyes would light up if Warner got the footy charging forward.
This is his
So
distance.
Heaney now, 30 for the season thus far. 10 minutes played, a first term. A chance for Sydney's second. He's dragged it left, and it'll be a minor score. Justin Edwards, Bob Jane T-Marts.
Jacob Van Rooyen's just receiving some unusual treatment on the boundary line here. He appears to be getting a shin guard put on, like a soccer-style shin pad, or the shin pad that you see some ruckman wearing.
Well, he does play in the ruck, so it's a good chance that might be to help protect his shin. Thanks, Justin.
Stephen May goes right up the ground with a drop punt that's 50 metres, lands in the centre, but a bounce past Max Gawn. Blakey runs onto it, finds space for Sydney. Re-entry it is. Off hands, Hayward's there, ground level. Spills to Wicks. Little snap over, he broke the tackle, he's missed. Just to the left of the goal post. Swans look hot. Had a beautiful SCG today. They're 1-3-9. Melbourne yet to score 11 minutes first term. Triple M Shell scoreboard.
Just quickly back to Isaac Heaney. Before today, he'd kicked 15 goals, 4 from any mark that he's taken. He's been very accurate, yet from free kicks, it's 15-13. So it's an unusual stat, that one, that he kicks more goals from marks than free kicks.
They just need to take some speed off the game here, Melbourne. So May delivers a long bomb out to neutral territory, centre wing out of side. Rowbottom, they can't lay a mid on him. He'll drive it back in. McLean was there, Lever down low, spits a handball wide. Can they work it out? They're under the pump here. Rivers has to drive it out. He does. He'll clear defensive 50. Blakey goes back with a flight. Can't take the mark. Lloyd lends him a hand. Good tackle from Fritz. Coming through Goulden, a little slick little give. And they'll square the footy to Cunningham, centre wing broadcast side.
Jeez, they're finding targets, aren't they? Middle ball across the centre to Fox, who marks and runs. Low drop punt inside to forward 50 has dropped too short for McLean. And Oliver takes a mark on defensive 50 for Melbourne. Runs around McLean, dummies around him. And then tries to dummy again because no one to go to on the outer side. We end up hand passing back to 11. Now they've got a problem. The hand pass was dropped, grabbed by Heaney. Hand pass Hayward, he's 55 from home.
That's a terrible
Squares it up with a banana and Oliver sits underneath it, Luffy, and marks.
I'm not sure what he was even thinking there, Will Hayward. He's tried to kick a banana kick to a 3-on-1 on the other side of the ground to start with.
Well, it's 50 metres too. The umpires suggest that Wicks copped Oliver late.
Yeah, it was definitely
was
there.
his adjudication. So Oliver, he'll march to the middle, driving ball towards the Randwick end. Van Ryan! Oh, terrific grab. It's Fritz, actually. They were both in the pack. They both had hands on it. But Bailey Fritz has got it 40 out directly in front, Randwick end.
So both Sam Wicks and Will Hayward have got to have a good hard look at themselves. They've cost their side not only a shot for goal, but now in one kick, it's at the other end of the ground, and Melbourne have a chance for a shot for goal.
Troy Luff with us this afternoon. Seabus Super special comments. Seabus Super making hard work pay off. So Bailey Fritz with the footy. It was usually a very accurate kick. 40 out, directly in front. Goal umpire does not move. Melbourne get there first. 13 minutes played first term. They're one straight 6. Sydney are 139. And that happening on the Triple M Shell scoreboard.
No, he's an accurate kick. 29, 30 goals, 20 now. And all that play started from Melbourne the first 5 minutes, all in their half. Then it turned around for 10 minutes. It was all in the Swans half. They had opportunities. They floundered a couple of shots. They only got the one goal out of it. And blink of an eye, a bad mistake, bad decision, bang, straight down the other end. And now Melbourne get a goal. And it's only a 3-point margin.
3 point in the way of the Swans at the moment. And a 50-metre penalty costs Sydney. Massive crowd here this afternoon. The McDonald's and Ream Hot Water Triple M Rocks footy. Choice hotels around the grounds. Luffy, early today, Port Adelaide and Richmond.
Yes, 94-63 Port Adelaide over the Tigers.
So Port save their game. And the Swans looking to win theirs here as Warner out of the centre. Brilliant hand pass off towards Rowbottom, who hand pass to Gould. He goes long, very long from Fitty. Slams it home for Sydney. Quick answer, Swans. They get a 2-3-15, one straight goal, a Melbourne. And the Triple M Shell scoreboard. Shell v Power, the official partner of the AFL. 14.5 first term.
Has there been anyone that's had a better second season of AFL than Errol Goulden? He is unbelievable, averaging 26 disposals a game. That is now his 19th goal for the season. And just his confidence to take them on from the wing, sprint to the 50-metre and bang, big goal.
And Triple M Red Z lending stats, loans for the self-employed, REDZED.com. 15 played first term, Luffy.
Chad Warner's had 5, 4 to Blakey, Lloyd, Goulden, Brayshaw and Hunter and Oliver 5 apiece for the Demons.
For McDonald's and Ream Hot Water, Triple M Rocks Sunday afternoon footy and triple header too. We'll go to Carlton. GWS will follow this one. Port Adelaide being reigned supreme earlier today over Richmond.
It's interesting you got Neil Bullen playing on the wing on Errol Goulden. Interesting matchup.
So throw up right beside the centre circles. Clark. Heavy in on him was Salem. And a stalemate prevails. We'll get another ball up. So 15 played first term. It's the Swans 2-3-15. Melbourne 1 straight 6.
A lot of players underneath this. Viney at the bottom of the pack. No surprise. Got high contact free kick. So Jack just trots back with the footy. The Demons to the right of our broadcast position in this first term. Left foot drop punt inside. Big fist on it by McLean for Sydney, but a bounce behind him. Chance for Chandler. Left forward pocket. Doesn't go for goal. Squares it up. Neil Bullen had a hand on it. But off his hand it goes out of bounds. And a boundary throw in right forward pocket deep for Melbourne.
Good kick though from Chandler. Get it into the right spot. Dangerous spot. If you kick it too deep, it's an easy punch from behind. It was sort of 15 metres out from goal.
Sydney by 9 points. Spectacular day in Sydney. Ball spits back into play. deep in Melbourne's forward 50. Little kick forward that came from Smith. Right in the goal square. Sydney will rush it through. That's Rampy. And it'll be a minor score for the D's. So that Sydney 15, Melbourne 7. So Lloyd will bring it back in from the Randwick end. Looks straight up the middle. It's a little low dart under the chest of Mills. The 1-2. Handballs quickly back to Rampy. Broadcast side. Driving ball's going to be turned over. And it's a mark taken by Bowie. Centre wing broadcast side.
So Bowie just spins the foot in his hand. Drop punt will land about 25 out from Melbourne's goal. Pack of 6 will fly in front of that pack. There's Tommy McCartan.
As you see Petrarca there yelling at him, saying, kick it to that side of me, that side of me.
Well, he kicked it deep to the back pocket of Cunningham, who dropped the mark, but Fitch was there a bit late and he had time to pick it up. Hand pass off to Lloyd, who kicks a long one out to the outer side wing. McDonald did well, shoved the pack forward, claimed the foot of his hand pass when it stray. Sparrow's got it, his hand pass was a turnover. Back to McDonald, an opportunity for Campbell, dropped the footy, still on the wing outer side of the ground. 5, 6, 7 players buzzing around the loose pill. Florent was clean, hands to Campbell, back to Florent. Now a kick to half forward, opportunity for Hayward, good fist on it, McVee. And he slaps the ball at half-back out of bounds for the Demons. 2-3-15 the Swans, 1-1-7 Melbourne, 17.5 first term.
Neil Bullen and Van Rooyen yet to touch the ball for the Melbourne Demons.
So 15 minutes played, actually 17 minutes played now. So breakneck speed to start this one, as you'd expect. A home final for Sydney on the line. Petrarca superb. He gets clear from the contest. Errant handball towards Viney, and they cut it off. No, they can't. McPhail bursts clear. He wants a forward hand pass. Cunningham will cut it off. They've advanced it to centre wing now. Pickett was clean. Spits out a handball. Hunter's on the end of it. Can he give it to... He goes in wide. Low ball towards half forward. No one can mark. Pickett chases down. Warner's got him. Holding the footy. The crowd wanted. They're not going to get it. Going the other way. Melkson put a great tackle on Fox. It was Fritz. And Bailey Fritz will take the free kick 30 out.
You kind of have to agree with the crowd in a way, but Cozzy Pickett didn't have time to dispose of the ball, Baz. But in that instance there, Robbie Fox picked up the ball. He turned back into traffic. Yeah. Instead of getting away and coming towards the boundary, he's turned back into traffic, didn't get rid of it cleanly, and yep, that's definitely a free kick.
So inside 50 count for Red Z, please, Luffy.
At the moment, it is 11 apiece.
So Bailey Fritz a chance for his second. 30 out, not much angle of it, and he's kicked it. Gun barrel straight, Bailey Fritz. And they advance to 2-1-13, the D's. And Sydney 2-3-15 for Bob Jane T-March, Justin Edwards.
So James Redbottom was involved in a contest probably about 10 minutes ago now where he held his left shoulder, was a little bit sore. He's come from the ground now and has gone straight down to the rooms, unaccompanied by a physio though. So we'll have to wait and see whether he reappears and if he's going to continue on.
Certainly don't want to lose him. And Baz, both of Fritz's goals have come from Swans' mistakes. The first one was a Hayward Wicks mistake, and that one a Robbie Fox mistake. You know, under this much pressure, having a look now at the Triple M Harvey Norman replay, that you've just got to pick the ball up, get rid of it when you're deep inside your forward 50, not try and run through the pack, and in the end it's cost them a goal. And we just had a look at the replay there, Baz. It was actually friendly fire. It was Tom Hickey.
It was a bit of friendly fire for McDonald to ream up what a Triple M Rocks footy. Hickey up in the ruck now, slaps it down towards Parker, who wrestles his way out of a tackle. Hand pass off to Mills. And another one to Goulden, who goes out of the centre, long kick to half forward. But again, the Demons through Lever, as he does so many times, the defensive mark at true centre half back. Bangs it out here to the broadcast wing. A short kick onto the chest to Joel Smith from Sparrow. And Smith's about 70 from Melbourne's goal broadcast side.
He goes with a low dart towards Melksham on the boundary line. And it spits off his chest out of play. And we'll get a throw in. Forward 50 for the D's. They trail it by just 2 points. 2-1-13. Sydney 2-3-15. Bailey Fritz with a couple. McDonald and Goulden for the Swans thus far. Bathed in sunshine this afternoon. Ball spins back into play. Hickey wins it down. Sparrow working heavily in close. Stevens a slick little give. Cunningham, can he break the tackle? No, he can't. Langdon will cut it off. Back to Sparrow. Low little give. Goulden a good punch. Ball just pinballing around. Left it behind. That was Goulden coming back towards Rampy. Down low is McCartan. He's caught in a good tackle. Goulden wins it back at half-back. Spits it towards Hickey. Viney gets a good fist in. Ball out of play. Well done, Melbourne. They keep it inside their forward 50.
As mentioned before, Christian Petrarca started in the forward line. He's now on the bench. He's only had the one kick and 2 hand passes. Maybe it's time to get him back into the midfield.
Swans have won 6 in a row. 3 of those from 2 points or under. And this afternoon, a massive opportunity for a home final if they can get over the line, playing a very talented Demon side. Stephen May's taken a mark on the wing for Melbourne. Pumps it back long inside right forward pocket. Big fist on the footy. I mean, Fox, who flew high and thumped it out of bounds. Still about 35 around from the Demons' goal. They trail by 2 points and we're 22 minutes into the first term.
Stephen May definitely having the better of Amadi at the moment. He's had the 5 disposals, Stephen May. Amadi's had just the 1 kick.
So throw in right in front of the Churchill stand. Melbourne in attack. Mills should be the first to get there. He is in front of Oliver. Quick little give round the corner. Stevens under the pump. Warner waits for it. Langdon puts the pressure on him. Viney puts the head down. Ferret-like. Just spits the ball out. Forward handball. Parker waits for it. His kick is smothered. Langdon round the body to a dangerous, dangerous spot. Coming out to meet it. Melksham has to release the footy with a handball. Neil Bullen involved now. Goes towards the boundary line. And Langdon can't keep it in and will get a throw in. Sydney 15, Melbourne 13 on the Triple M Shell scoreboard.
Hunter's had 6 on the Triple M Red Z lending stats, and Mills the most for the Swans with 8.
So the last 60, 70 seconds, 80 seconds of footy being played in this right half forward zone for Melbourne. Chandler tried to break a tackle out of a huge pack, got it to Sparrow, who hand passed wide to Neil Bullen, tried to square it up to Joel Smith. Fall of the ball, an opportunity for Melbourne, flying in for goal as Melksham and fall into his backside and went to the right of the goal post. So 1 point the difference. The Swans lead. They're 2-3. Melbourne 2-2. 23 first term Shell scoreboard.
Obviously, Callum Mills not happy after last week's game where he only had the 11 disposal for the whole game. He's already up to 8.
So the Swans share it across half-back, eastern side. Goulden, it's in good hands because it usually hits a red and white chest and he hits his captain in Mills. They spread to the near side now and Blakey can run. The Lizard, Melksham tracks him. He has to release, kicks it to a 3-on-1. McLean gets a fist in. Rivers goes back with courage. Can he master the footy? No. Haywood worries him out of it. Gives it to Hickey. Hickey round the body. Lever went back. Spills to Logan McDonald. Logan McDonald round the body. He's pulled it too far. And it'll be a minor score to the Swans. They're 2-4-16. Melbourne are 2-2-14. And that happening on the Triple M Shell scoreboard. Shell v Power, the official fuel partner of the AFL.
12 inside 50s to 14. Swans over Melbourne.
So Bowie at full back. The second of Super Sunday on Triple M. Triple games. The one after this massive, Carlton and the GWS. This one huge for the home side, the Swans, who repel again and go back inside forward 50. Oh, big leap McLean. Went real early, back of the pack. Turner for Melbourne. Tried to punch it out of a pack. Oliver's there under the pump. Slapped it back to Bowie. Umpire's whistle goes. It's going to be a Melbourne free. Didn't feel there was an advantage. So it's going to come back to Oliver, who gets off the ground. And standing around 35 metres away from the goal, Melbourne are defending.
Yeah, just held on to him a bit long. Wicks in the tackle. It's a Triple M Harvey Norman replay. So Melbourne now, they advance to the outer side. Lockie Hunter has it. Parker stands the mark. Half-back eastern side, drives it towards centre wing. Hickey waits underneath it. Play on's the call. Van Ruin got a good spoil in. Spits back to Gawn. Gawn wants a handball. Clayton Oliver involved now. One way then the other. Wants his right side. Touch. Play on's the call. Kicks towards half forward. No one can take the mark. Pickett front and square. Driving ball towards Melksham. Great mark, Melksham. He hugs it to his chest in the pocket. Plays on round the body and nails it. Melbourne hit the fronts. The crowd don't like it, but the D's are 3-2-20. Sydney are 2-4-16 on the Triple M Shell scoreboard.
What the crowd don't like is the mark that wasn't paid to Tom Hickey. Everyone stopped. He had the ball plenty of time, and there was a little fist in there that touched it well after a mark should have been paid. In the end, Melbourne just forced it forward. And Cozzy Pickett, fantastic pickup, running flat out, Didn't even bother looking, just got it onto his boot into a dangerous spot, and a really good mark there from Melcham.
Justin Edwards for Bob Jane T-Marts.
James Rowbottom has emerged from the rooms and back out onto the ground. He's got a little band-aid on the top of his left shoulder. You might be able to tell us, Lucky, that's a telltale sign of a painkilling injection. I think he's going into the forward 50.
Yes, it is. Maybe it was a bit of an AC joint, something like that, which you can definitely put a little jab into.
For McDonald's and Ream Hot Water, Triple M Rocks footy over 26 first term now, and Melbourne as Snapper said have hit the front. They lead by 4 points. Kick out here to the wing broadcast side of the ground. Running onto it, Campbell for Sydney. Claims it in a one-on-one. High ball to half forward. And dropping back and taking the defensive mark for the Demons in the left back pocket is Turner. So he goes back with the footy. Rivers wants it short. He elects to go for the long drop punt out here on the wing. Van Rooyen will fly in the pack, doesn't mark, slaps it down to Viney. Viney hand pass straight into the stomach of Brayshaw, who wasn't ready for it, and Fox came in to lay the tackle. Ball sandwiched between both players. They're on the wing. Demons by 4 points.
They're taking quite a few marks, the Melbourne Demons, in front of their Swans forwards inside their defensive 50.
Once the voice of Troy Luff, 155 in red and white on special comments this afternoon as Viney tracks it towards the boundary line. And boundary line will beat him out of play.
Kicked his first 3 goals, Luffy, against Melbourne in round 3. He hadn't kicked a goal until he played his 3rd game.
Thank you, Baz.
That was at the MCG, Luffy.
It was. I do remember that game.
And you lost by 67 points. The Demons got you.
Close game. Close game.
27 points, 27 minutes gone here. First term as Fox and Neil Bullen track it towards the boundary. Neutral territory. It's a pretty even keel, Luffy. Some Red Z lending stats, loans for the self-employed.
Keller Mills was on 9, Lloyd, Goulden 8 apiece. Hunter and Oliver 7 apiece for the Demons.
So throw in, ball spins back into play. Gawn cleverly done back to Langdon. Langdon quick kick forward, half forward, they fly. And Tommy McCartan hugs it to the chest, gives it to Florent. They advance towards the middle of the ground.
Yeah, just one in the middle, didn't he? Went straight up the corridor, and Bowie dropped the mark, allowed Hayward in. Hand pass off to Warner, goes onto the left boot. Kick to half forward, flying McLean, no, not quite. Groundable ball. Campbell, whistle, what'd you see, Lovey?
Tunnelling. You pay tunnelling there, or shepherding as they probably call the free kick.
How is that a free kick?
Well, he's pushed McLean under the ball. If you have a look at the replay there, he wasn't actually going for the ball himself, Turner. He's just run underneath McLean.
So McLean will go inside forward 50. A nice little one-handed mark from Parker. He was with Viney in a one-on-one and just used his backside to keep him away and then plucked the footy with one arm.
It was a pretty poor kick from McLean. It actually gave Parker no chance. And you have a look at the replay there. Parker just put his body in line over the top of Viney and reached up with the left hand and went, "Thank you very much." That's a beauty.
So Parker will settle on a worse than 45-degree angle. The Swans trail by 4 points before the kick. We're 29 now into the first term. Parker goes long and across the face. And through from behind. 2-5-17 they are, the Sydney. 3-2-20 Melbourne. 29 first term. Triple M Shell scoreboard.
There's 40 seconds left. Swans need to try and force a rebound here and just get one goal to even it up before quarter time.
Pretty frantic first term, as you'd expect. May advances from his defensive goal square, drives it towards centre wing. Gawn can't mark. Florent front and square, wins the footy, drives it back towards half forward. Rivers courage. And he hugs it to his chest at half back for the D's.
In no hurry either, Snap. They have a 3-point lead. Closing in on quarter time. Massive Sydney crowd here at the SCG. So Melbourne will be happy with this for a start. Short pass to Brayshaw. And it's a real high, long drop punt. Melcham a big lead. Back of the pack. Neil Bullen run onto it. Hand pass to the dangerous Petrarca. 53 out. Hand pass back to Neil Bullen, but he slipped over his own feet. Allowed Rampy in. Tackled. Lost it. Spills to Melcham. Whistle goes.
What a mistake.
Advantage paid Melbourne. No score.
This will be their, well, if he kicks this, they'll have 3 shots at goal.
No score, no free kick.
I didn't play it.
We are done. Quarter time, Luffy, 3-2-20 Melbourne. And they lead by 3 points at quarter time over the Sydney Swans. Luffy's in the house. Brad Seymour, Justin Edwards for McDonald's and Ream Hot Water. Triple M Rocks footy.
That quarter for Shell V-Power, the official fuel partner of the AFL.
For McDonald's,
Triple M Rocks footy.
this week, score 20% off your entire order when you spend $10. Only on the My Macca's app.
Shut up! The footy's on Triple M!
Straight after this game, your Triple M footy triple header continues. Join the Tempur mattress call team for Carlton and GWS.
What an important 4 points this is.
For Ream Hot Water and McDonald's, Triple M rocks footy.
Choose between 100% Aussie beef or crispy chicken. Then add a golden cheesy patty and tomato chili jam. The cheesy chicken and cheesy beef are back at Macca's because everything's better with cheese. Available after 10:30am for a limited time.
When there's something to celebrate, book it. When it's time to reunite, book it. When you need actual FaceTime, book it. Whatever your reason for travelling, Choice Hotels have over 170 locations across Australia and New Zealand ready and waiting. And you'll get the lowest price guaranteed when you book direct at choicehotels.com. So go ahead, book it with Choice Hotels. Terms and conditions apply.
Beaumonts wants you to be able to afford your dream space, so they created Beaumont Max.
Their maximum value, maximum quality tile range. Tiles under 20 and subways from under $30.
Choose Beaumont Max today.
Real people, real products, real fun. No matter who you are, Sexyland has something real sexy for everyone. With Australia's biggest range of sexy costumes, lingerie, couples toys and fun gifts and games for adults. 11 stores in Melbourne and Geelong open till midnight 7 days a week. Or shop online for 2-hour delivery.
Take me now, hot, cool man. Take me now, Sexyland.
Sexyland.com.au.
Here's to the ute drivers of today. Get more with every GWM ute across the Canon ute range. More technology, more style and more versatility starting from $33,990 drive away for ABN buyers. GWM ute, made for more.
Dads, they're smart, funny, caring, and someone you know you can always count on. Hi, it's Marty Sheargold giving you all the businesses out there a little tip to get the most out of this Father's Day. When it comes to presents, dads are pretty fuss-free, much like audio. Cut through the clutter and put your business where it can be heard. Advertise right here on this station and unlock thousands of potential new customers using the power of audio. Visit triplem.com.au/advertise local.
Australia, now is the best time to enjoy Aussie fresh fruit and veg.
And right now, Coles 100% Aussie strawberries are just $2 for a 250 gram punnet. Just $2.
This week at Coles.
Offer ends Tuesday.
Over 94% of pilot patients report improved performance in the...
Sorry, census say we can't talk about that.
What?
Yep, everyone's offended these days.
Well, apparently we're not allowed to talk about where pilot patients have improved performance in. So let's just use this analogy. Over 94% of Aussie campers using Pilot report stronger, firmer tent poles when it comes to pitching their tent. And we all know camping is a lot funner when your tent pole stays up all night. Take the quiz at pilot.com.au. Pilot. Hard, made easy.
Shut up! The footy's on Triple M!
Straight after this game, your Triple M footy triple header continues. Join the Tempur mattress call team for Carlton and GWS.
What an important 4 points this is.
For Ream Hot Water and McDonald's, Triple M rocks footy.
Shut up! The footy's on the radio!
Triple M rocks footy. This quarter for Beacon Trade. Beacon Trade's here to partner with your business with lighting and electrical products for every Aussie home. Beacon Trade, let's make light work.
Sunny Sunday afternoon at the SCG. A frenetic first term. And Melbourne lead it by 3 points. They're 3-2-20. Sydney 2-5-17. This man to break it all down for us, Troy Luff.
A couple of the Red Z lending stats. Callum Mills, 9 for the Swans, 8 for Florent Lloyd Goulden, and Chad Warner's had 6 over the Demons. Lockie Hunter and Oliver 7 apiece. Melcham, Brayshaw and May. 2 goals to Fritsch, 1 to Melcham, and for the Swans, 1 apiece to McDonald and Goulden. And to be honest, not a lot of highlights really in that first quarter. It was a bit of a scrap. I think Errol Goulden's goal from outside 50 was fantastic. There's not a lot of pressure as what I would expect from either side. Only 11 tackles the Swans had, 12 for the Demons. The kicking efficiency, 62% to 54%. So, as I said, it's a very scrappy affair, and the Swans have absolutely everything to play for. We know Melbourne's position can't change, and that may change their mindset as well towards the end of the game, that maybe they might have to rest a couple of players, give them an extra week off.
Bob Jane T-March, Justin Edwards.
Yeah, as you mentioned, Luffy, Melbourne will finish fourth no matter what the result here. We're also on percentage watch for the Swans, as well as watching for a win, where they will guarantee themselves a home final if they win. If they were to win and Carlton were to lose against the Giants, and that combined margin was about 12 goals, Sydney could also leapfrog Carlton up into fifth. But then if the Giants were to win, there's a lot of ramifications going on. But basically for the Swans, if they were to win and host a final, potential opponents still could be the Giants, could be the Bulldogs, could be St Kilda. If they're away, it will be St Kilda more than likely.
That is the kind of thorough information we want for Bob Jane team. Justin Edwards, outstanding choice hotels around the grounds. Whatever your reason for travelling, you get the lowest prices guaranteed when you book direct at choicehotels.com. So go ahead, book it.
Spot on, Snap, and ramifications, machinations, communications, all there from Justin. Don't forget Carlton GWS after this for Choice Hotels, because Jack Haverin's in the house with Nathan Brown, Chris Johnson, Kate McCarthy, Michael Roberts, and the Chew Man. How can we afford that in one box?
How can they get 10 people in the box?
Outstanding call. The others would hear that and they just wouldn't even bother going to the ground. So just let the M's do it. For McDonald's and Ream Hot Water, Triple M rocks footy. As we start the second term, and Big Maxi Gawn in the ruck. They'll go to the left of our broadcast position, the Demons, and they start the turn leading by 3 points. Mills wins it at ground level. A hand pass to Goulden, but a scrubby kick from him. Lands with Rivers for the Demons. Hand pass off to Sparrow. Sparrow hand pass to Wallaber. Worked off it by Goulden beautifully in the centre of the ground. Hand pass to Mills. A bouncing kick. Real high inside forward. 50. Stephen May had it and he's gone. Luffy, you called it early. Explain what happened.
You know the reason why he got pinned is because Stephen May, he extended the arm to try and fend off Armity. As soon as you do that, you've lost your prior opportunity. The tackle of Armity just wrapped him up, and then it came Sam Wicks as well to help him. Gone. If he just took the tackle, it's no time to get rid of it. No prior. It's a ball up.
Armity settles with the footy. He's directly in front. Big Max Gawn stands the mark. He'll drop this onto his boot 45 metres out. Armity fires for the lead for Sydney. He's pushed it right and missed. Just snuck it in for a point. 2-6-18 the Swans, 3-2-20 Melbourne. 1 minute second term. Triple M Beacon Trade scoreboard.
Missed everything just about there. He only just scraped in for a point.
That's the positivity we've come to know.
Just say how it is.
Troy Love.
Say it how it is.
Sort of a glass half empty sort of guy, Luffy, aren't you?
Mate, forwards are paid big dollars to kick them.
So May to bring it back in from the Randwick end. He pulls the kick cleverly. A little chip forward's going to end in the lap of Langdon. So pretty efficient with the footy on that occasion, the D's. So Langdon now out of sight of the ground centre wing. He'll drive it towards half forward. McCartan puts his ample frame. Fritz waits out the back. Rampy tracks him. Fritz, he's an elusive type character. Driving ball back towards Petrarca. Can't mark. Salem spills to Petrarca on 50. Can he get his foot to it? He can. Right. Driving little ball.
Brilliant.
And cleverly delivered to Rivers. And Rivers will line up 15, 20 metres out, no further, directly in front Paddington end.
A lot of the Swans players there just spread away from Petrarca when he got it, and they looked as if he was going to have a shot for goal, and he just found somebody in amongst 25 players on his own. It was a beautiful pass for Petrarca.
So spending more time in the middle now, Rivers. One big ample frame of his. So to kick his first for the afternoon, extend the lead to 8 points for the D's. 2 minutes played, second term. He sort of poked at it, didn't he?
Chad Warner just let him know about it.
And misses to the near side. 3-3-21 Melbourne. Sydney at 2-6-18 on the Triple M Beacon Trade scoreboard.
So Lizard from full back. Blakey plays on, goes straight up the ground with a kick, and the mark's taken by Mills. Plays on quickly for Sydney. Straight up the ground, 50 metres inside forward 50, off the hands of McLean. Where are the Crummers? Ball goes to the ground. McVie got it. Got tackled, lost it for Melbourne. Spills to Salem. 25 out from the Swans goals. He's tackled. Dragged to the ground by Big McLean. The umpire will ball it up.
That forward pressure, but as I said, is just so important today. They had no chance of running it out, Melbourne.
So Sydney into attack. They'll ball it up. 30 metres out from their goal, Randwick end. Gawn grabs it. Little kick forward. Goulden and Campbell should be the first there. Petrarca. Oh, he wanted it a little bit more. Used his big ample frame. Bullocked his way through. A forward little kick, and they've got it at half forward. Little handball wide to Hunter. Hunter centre wing now. High ball. Not his best kick. It invites the opposition, and Big Hickey reads it pretty well and marks it at half-back for the Swans.
They had to keep backtracking there because all the Swans players had pushed up to block space and there was just no option to go to.
Game 150 for the big man. And Hickey goes to Amati, who'll mark comfortably because he found space. Well protected by McDonald, used the body well, his teammate. McDonald calls for it about 20 metres further along on the boundary line. Amati stands the boundary line on the wing. Broadcast side of the ground. May's in front as he pops it to half forward. May drop the mark, allowed row bottom in front and square. Good tackle from Sparrow. Footy spilled back to Stephen May, but he was on his knees. Tried to punch it out. Row bottom got in the way again. Hand pass goes back to McVie for the Demons. And a high kick back to the wing. Max Gawn. He stands alone and marks.
So the skipper just moves forward from centre wing, drives it towards half forward.
Free kick against Robbie Fox.
Was holding on, was it?
No,
Van Rooyen.
He took his eyes off the ball and ran straight towards Van Rooyen.
So Van Rooyen kicks in towards the pocket, it eludes everyone and goes underground and goes out of play. It'll be a throw-in. Broadcast side, Paddington end. As the D's hold a slender 3-point lead. They're 3-3-21. Swans at 2-6-18. Early exchanges, second turn.
So hugged up against the point post for Melbourne as they go again. Very talented outfit. Going to be tough to toss here today at the SCG. Swans are going to be on their mettle. The quick kick out of the pack. Wicks overran it. Opportunity Langdon for Melbourne on hands and knees. Punched out, but straight to Parker. Hand pass over the pack to Florent. Got swamped by Demons. Langdon, hand pass to Fritsch. Fritsch to the forward pocket. Van Rooyen the target. Dropped the mark. Oliver's there.
Too high.
And the free kick to Sydney, is it, Luffy?
Yeah, a bit stiff though, because Oliver's just trying to reach over for the ball, and in doing that, he's grabbed Mills around the neck, trying to reach for the ball.
Who goes short to Blakey, still inside defensive 50.
Orange boots this afternoon, Nick Blakey.
Don't know how I can get those two mixed up.
So a beautiful afternoon for footy. It's the D's by 3 points as the Swans advance to centre wing outer side. Heaney flies, can't grasp the mark. Front and square with Stevens, gives it to Hickey and then to Florent round the body. They've advanced it towards half forward eastern side. Tracking back his lever in front of McDonald. And he'll let it go about end on end, out of play. 3-3-21 Melbourne, 2-6-18 Sydney.
Just having a look at the inside 50s for this quarter. It's only 2 to the Swans, 3 to Melbourne. Most of the game has been played in the middle of the ground.
Triple MC Bus Super Special comments. Troy Luff here this afternoon, 155 game Swan. And an advisor on the series, the Alice, way back in 2005.
Where did you find that, Bat?
Goulden on the boundary line will drag it back to the forward pocket for Sydney, dropping the mark. Turn it on. That's Heaney. Look at him swoop on it. Then he was dragged down in a beautiful tackle by McVie. He'll get the free kick. Jeez, there was a bit going on there, Luffy, as well as you being an advisor on the Alice.
Terrific tackle, McVie. Wow.
That was enormous.
That was a goal-saving tackle.
Yes.
Heaney was out, about to drag it through the goals. And that will make the coach smile. So McVie now, he'll drive it to the eastern side. Long ball as far as he can. Warner will wait first and get it to Florent. Spills to Mills. Mills will line him up and drive it towards the paddock. The Randwick end. And Sydney kick their third via their skipper. 3-6-24 the Swans. Melbourne 3-3-21. Triple M Beacon Trade scoreboard. Beacon Trade. They're here to partner with your business with lighting, electrical products. For every Aussie home, Beacon Trade, let's make light work.
Well, it's definitely a sign of a class player. Callum Mills last week had 11 disposals in total for the game. He's already up to 14 disposals and kicked a goal, and we're only 14 minutes into the second quarter. What a rebound from him, and what an important goal for the Swans.
That was enormous. That was enormous after a ripping tackle from McVie that stopped the initial goal. That would have been a certainty from Heaney. But the Swans win again for McDonald's and Ream Hot Water, Triple M Rocks footy. Don't forget Ream Hot Water, built tough frozen conditions when it comes to water heating. Ask your plumber to install a Ream. Beautiful conditions here in Sydney if you're just joining us. 20 degrees, not a cloud in the sky. Absolutely perfect for footy. And we've got a warning with the 666. Not too sure when they're going to start giving the kick out of the centre for this soon enough. And we just stopped the warnings. The ball thrown up in the air, tapped down towards Petrarca. Petrarca can't break a tackle. Squeezes a hand pass out to Max Gawn, and the big ruckman, the skipper, goes inside forward 50 across the body. Sparrow sees the ball punched away from him. Back to the outer side wing. Lever comes off. Tries to trap it. Goes to ground. The ball ripping tackle laid on him by Wicks. And the umpire will come in and ball it up. So the pressure seems to be going up A little bit at the MCG. Sydney by 3 points.
SCG, Baz.
So ball elevates.
What did I say?
MCG.
Rivers leaves it behind, spits out towards Stevens. So as it ball's at half forward now for the D. Stevens goes to ground. Little handball to Goulden, to Parker. And they worked it out pretty well as Fox. Brayshaw, they meet heavily in the air. Florent follows it up, goes off the ground. Cleverly, we rode the bump really cleverly was Rivers. Rivers drives it towards half forward. Neil Bullen can't take the mark. Spits it out to Hunter. Hunter from 55, a little low ball. And jams it onto the chest of Joel Smith, and he'll go back for a shot at goal. 45 out directly in front.
Yeah, really nice from Hunter. Good decision, good disposal. He could have had a shot from there because realistically, he's not going to kick any further out, Smith, than what Hunter was. But Hunter was on the run. This way, Smith has got time to settle and have a set shot. He'll kick from pretty much right on 50, though.
He was nailing these in the warm-up to the city end, Joel Smith. From right on the logo. He'll let fly. 9.5 played, a second term to regain the lead for the D's. He's leant back on it a little bit and he's pushed it wide. It won't be a score. Ball stays in play. They come from all angles. Chandler's there, wants his left side. Terrific smother from Fox. Langdon wants it down low. Fox puts the pressure on again, goes back in for a second lick. The pressure comes. Rampy lends a hand and he'll clear for the Swans momentarily.
High kick to the wing out of side of the ground. Heaney offloads his opponent and marks.
Look at that, 1 on 4, Baz, and Heaney was the one.
Real open forward line at the moment. Got players streaming forward. Melbourne have dropped numbers back very quickly though. And he goes out wide to Warner.
Everyone had to run back so quickly because there was no one forward of Isaac Heaney.
In fact, the kick-in's from Stevens, who goes long to the forward pocket, left forward pocket. The ball goes up in the air from the punch. Back pocket, Sparrow's got it, dragged down in a tackle. And Sydney will lock it 20 metres from their goal in their left forward pocket.
So you laid that tackle, Baz, Isaac Heaney. So he's taken a mark, kicked it, sprinted into the forward line, and then put pressure on the Melbourne ball carrier.
So a lot of players round the footy, forward pocket for the Swans. Viney in low, trying to wrench the ball out. Can't do so. Rowbottom and Viney the last to get up. So Rowbottom, after getting some attention early in that first term, he's back in the field of battle. Brayshaw around the body, clears 50. Florent pushing up. Rampy's there with Petrarca. Rampy will win this one. A little handball to Stevens. And I think it was Chandler that took the legs out of Rampy.
Yes.
It wasn't intentional, but Rampy will get the free kick. What is he, about 60 from home Randwick end?
He is, and shielding the sun from his eyes. And he drops it to about 20 out. He wants a big mark. Who flies in front was McDonald. Dropped it to ground level. Wicks at ground level. Grabs it in a massive pack. It's in the square for Sydney. Quick kick out of the square for Melbourne. Punch, but straight to McDonald. Little snap from 25. Touched on the line. Bowie and Sparrow drop back. 3-7 now, Sydney. 25. 4-point leaders over Melbourne. 3-3-21. Triple M Beacon Trade scoreboard.
They're creating opportunities for Swans, and they're just not finishing them off.
So Melbourne to bring it back in. From the Randwick end, a packed house at the SCG. Swans eyeing a home final as Bowie drives it towards centre-half back. He wants his skipper in Max Gawn and he doesn't let him down. A fine pack mark. Squares the footy dangerously but adventurous to Chandler and they can go. Viney now on the end of that. Slick little give and he goes wide. And Langdon has it out of side centre wing. Crosses the logo now. Drops it. Well, he went short and wide. And he's got Melksham, gets it back to Langland as he goes in board. But the Swans will cut it off. Robbie Fox with a footy.
Yeah, really good mark.
Really good, Robbie Fox.
Little short ball to Warner. And again, Sydney out of trouble. Hand pass back to Fox and a long ball to the outer side wing. And this time Bowie reads it nicely for Melbourne defensive side and takes the mark. A 4-point leader, Sydney. 12.5 minutes into the second term.
Looks like Ryan Clark is on Clayton Oliver, Baz.
Man, what's his numbers, Clayton Oliver, Laffy, when you get a chance? Long kick inside to Melksham. In front, strong mark. And he's taken this 40 out, the former Bomber, on a 45-degree angle. And he'll go back and have a shot to the Don Bradman stand in.
Just the 8, well, I shouldn't say just the 8 disposals, but 8 disposals, which is probably not high for him, considering we're halfway through the second quarter.
And Melksham drops back with the footy. Kick one in the first term. Been a real arm wrestle this game so far, played in perfect conditions at the SCG. And Melksham stands over the footy, starts to wander in. He'll drop this onto his boot about 47 metres out. Becomes such an important part of this forward line for Melbourne in 2023, and that's why. That is a beautiful drop punt. Melksham's got 2, and the Demons have 4. 4-3-27. They've hit the front again. 3-7-25. The Sydney Swans, 13.5 second term. Triple M Beacon Trade scoreboard. Beacon Trade's here to partner with your business with lighting and electrical products for every Aussie home. Beacon Trade, let's make light work.
That's the difference at the moment, is Melbourne's making the opportunity of every shot for goal. So we've got Melksham 2-1, Rivers has kicked just the one behind, and Fritz 2 straight, whereas the Swans, Parker's kicked just the one behind, Heaney 1 behind, McDonald 1 goal 2, Armity 1 behind, Wicks 1 behind. They're just having every opportunity they can is a goal for the Demons.
Triple M Red Z lending stats. Some room for improvement, Fluffy. Who are the low number gatherers so far?
Well, a couple of the Swans forward line, like Will Haywood's had just 1 kick so far. So was Sam Wicks. So was Hayden McLean. Just the 1 kick, and they're 3 forwards that they really need to lift.
For McDonald's and Ream Hot Water, Triple M rocks footy. So free kick to Melbourne. I'll go to Van Rooyen. In the middle of the ground, kicking towards the city end, drives it low one, Melksham again, can't get his mitts to it, Rowbottom front and square, forced to kick quickly. The pressure's been immense this afternoon from minute 1. Hayward, slick little give to Campbell. Neil Bullen's got him in a good tackle. That's ball and all. Umpire, please. Yes, it is. Neil Bullen, free kick. Just forward of centre wing, broadcast side.
Perfect tackle, pin the arm, he just could not dispose of it, Campbell.
So the Demons have reclaimed the lead. 2 points up the yard, and they go forward again. Nice pass, Petrarca from Neil Bullen. And he's marked this on a worse than 45-degree angle, but he's only 40 out.
What about Petrarca's stats this year, boys? He's kicked 26 goals, 32 behinds, but he's had 25 goal assists as well. Unbelievable.
A massive final series coming up for Christian Petrarca. He'll have a massive say in the results that Melbourne are in. So he settles with a footy. Left half forward, and he's about 8 to 10 metres inside the boundary. Starts to wander in. One of the champions of the current game. Steps to 45 metres. Drop punters across the face, way across the face. Won't be a score. It stays just in play. No, it's bounced out of bounds. Right forward pocket for Melbourne. They managed to hang on to that 2-point lead.
So 4-3 plays, 3-7. An accurate Sydney thus far this afternoon. Perfect conditions, as Baz mentioned, for footy. It's Barry Denner, Brad Seymour, Troy Luff bringing you the action this afternoon. Justin Edwards is boundary side. Ball spits back in. Parker around the body. Does he clear 50? No, he doesn't. Stephen May takes an uncontested mark, 48 from home.
Let the backman kick it. Why not? The forward can't kick it. Stephen May kick it. Yet to kick a goal in 2023. And he is a beautiful kick, Baz. Beautiful left foot he has.
Just their structure, Baz. Melbourne straight was squeezed right up the ground. Very difficult for Sydney, and they're forced to kick it quickly, high up and under ball. Just tailor-made for the Melbourne defenders.
They'll get around him if he kicks this.
So May from 50 to the city end, and he drags it a little bit. Minor score, Melbourne. They move to 4-4, 28. Sydney 3-7, 25. Triple M Beacon Trade scoreboard.
Just on Christian Petrarca, he's actually had the most shots for goal out of all Melbourne Demons players.
Lloyd to Rampy. Long kick at the outer side wing from Rampy. Hayward over. He's got his head over the foot. He punts it out to Mills. That was good. Got it to Gordon, but a rush kick back to Steve May. Dropped the mark though at half back. And pass back to Van Rooyen. He'll kick back further and deeper inside his defensive 50 to a loose Bowie, who marks about 25 from the goal he's defending. So again, they look to the outer side wing. Bowie drops it onto his right boot. Sticks it on the head of Langdon. Punch to ground level away from him. Bouncing footy. Who's there first? Rivers claims it. Tackled. His hand pass went straight up in the air. Rowbottom receives it by hand for the Swans, and he's got space.
Yeah, a little low ball to on Campbell. Campbell got the sit. Hunter backed into him well with courage. Spitting around, coming back through. Goulden leaves it behind. Clark's there. Can he fish it out to Goulden? He can. A little worm burner. May stands steadfast, and he'll give it to his buddy in Lever. And they're on here to the outer side through Van Rooyen. He can run. Mills will track him. Has a bounce. Drives it towards half forward. Melksham sticks the Dukes up. Can't mark the footy. Getting back Rampy. McCartan will help him out. Great tackle. That came from Joel Smith. And the ball forced out of play, forward 50 for the D's. City end, 18 played, second term. It's the D's 4-4, they lead Sydney 3-7.
Just how quick the ball's going from one end of the ground to the other. Couple of kicks, forward line Melbourne, couple of kicks, forward line Swans.
And Ryan and McLean in the ruck, slap down, Pickett in the end of it. He spins around 45 out. Rush kick goes straight up in the air. Lands 20 from home. Joel Smith got a hand on it down to ground level. Parker holds it up for Sydney. And there'll be another ball up. This time 35 metres out from the Demons' goal.
Thanks, Joel. To Rowbottom. He tries to clear the footy, comes to Brayshaw. Brayshaw just sticks it out into the pocket, hoping someone will track it. Goulden and Langdon there. And the ball will elude them both and go out of play. 4-4-28 Melbourne, 3-7-25 Sydney.
Errol Goulden's had a really good quarter. He's had 8 disposals for Red Z lending stats.
A Super Sunday this afternoon to bookend the home and away season. Carlton, GWS to follow this one. So Sydney look to clear their half-back line, and Amadi takes a strong mark. They have to be clean and precise as they look to exit. Florent now gives it to Goulden. Goulden's an errant kick. Langdon will cut it off. High ball back inside, forward 50. McCartan comes full-chested, thumps the footy out of play, and it will have a throw-in, 40 out from the Demons' goal. They're 28. The Swans are 25 on the Triple M Beacon Trade scoreboard.
Second quarter, Luffy, being played in Melbourne's forward half.
It is. A lot of errors from the Swans have kept the ball down there, but Melbourne's efficiency when they do go inside forward 50.
Melbourne by 3 points, 20 minutes now into the second term. Boundary throw in, massive pack around this. Brayshaw tried to find a teammate by hand, but Rowbottom got in the way. Hand pass off to Florent, quick kick to the outer side wing. Rivers reclaims from Melbourne. The old 1-2 with Stephen May. Rivers a low drop punt to Brayshaw, landed his toes, picks it up, kick towards the forward pocket. McLean sits underneath it. And Melksham got there late. McLean marks deep back pocket for Sydney.
They'll have to work it out here. They have to go short because they got all the numbers back. So he goes to a one-on-one, sets the task for Amadi, but May will beat Logan McDonald to the footy, wins it back, goes with an handball inboard, but it's going to be cut off. Sydney can, if they're clean, they can run and get out. Goulden, clever handball forward towards centre wing. It's cut off brilliantly. Rivers charges forward and sticks it on the chest of Viney. Viney wants to go. No one stands the mark. He's 60 from home. Driving ball towards full forward. Coming through McCartan. He didn't pay the mark. I thought he would. Melksham tracks it towards the boundary line. And we'll have a throw in, about 20 out from the D's goal, City end. 20 played, second term. It's the D's by 3 points on the Triple M Beacon Trade scoreboard.
Tommy McCartney's doing a power of work, isn't he, Bass, down there?
He is. I was just going to say
he's one out at the moment.
He is. He's such an important part now of this defensive zone for Sydney as Campbell put his head over, but he lost the footy. Viney picked it up, punched out a hand pass to Brayshaw. 35 out! Little snap, and there was a wrestle in the square. I reckon this was home. It is. Brayshaw snaps the goal, and he's pumped. And the Melbourne go out to 5-4-34. 9 point leaders now. Sydney 3-7-25. And we're 21 and a half into the second term on the Triple M Beacon Trade scoreboard.
So we look at the period since the Swans kicked their last goal. Melbourne have gone inside 56 times and the Swans just once. They've had a lot more possessions, and the pressure, they've increased the pressure. They've had 17 tackles this quarter, Melbourne, after only having 12 in the first quarter, and we've still got 3.5 minutes to go.
So Bailey Fritz with a couple, Jakey Melksham with 2, and Brayshaw with 1 also. Justin Edwards, Bob Jane T. Marks.
So both coaches coaching from the benches today. You see here the big roar behind me as Lance Franklin's just been shown on the SCG screen. Both coaches coaching from the bench. John Longmire, certainly the more animated one of the two so far. But of course, the Sydney have got a little bit more on the line than Melbourne do.
And a couple of former Swan champion.
Yes.
Michael O'Loughlin and Lance Franklin just sipping the French in the grandstand.
Yes, that's good because he can.
So Melbourne take a slender 9 point lead. It's game on again in the middle. It's been ferocious. So we'll get a stalemate as Maxi Gawn hands the footy back to the umpire. Ball elevates now. Hickey tries to work it through. Clayton Oliver held without it. Play on's the call. Brayshaw again involved. Driving ball. McCartan, clever use of the body. Just pushed Van Rooyen under the footy. And Red at best takes a fine mark at halfback. Squeezes a little under Fox. And the Tasmanian Robbie Fox developing into a fine defender for the Swans. He goes to the stalwarts in Cunningham. So the Turvey Park boy has the footy. City end of the ground.
Move it on.
Broadcast side asked to move the footy on now. He'll drive it towards centre wing. Hayward launches.
There's whistles everywhere.
So not the adjudicating umpire called that, but holding of the arm to Max Gawn will be a free kick centre wing to the Melbourne.
So he's on the wing broadcast side. He'll hand pass to the young Turner who runs past. Low drop punch smothered by Hickey. Down to ground level. Clark a chance for Sydney. Sort of overran the footy. Hickey goes back to help him out. Close to the boundary line. Turner there again for Melbourne. Wrapped up in a tackle. The umpire will ball it up close to the boundary on the wing.
You just don't know with the umpires, Baz. Watching the game last night, they had 13 free kicks paid up until half-time. The game here, they've already had 21. It's 7-14. Melbourne's way.
So Warner tries to crash through. Petrarca the other way. Forward handball. Brayshaw was slick. Gives it to Clayton Oliver. He's 60 from home. Driving ball towards full forward. Blakey superb. Gets a fist to the footy. Ball out of play. Forward pocket Melbourne.
That was good play there from Nick Blakey. He was in the worst position and he ended up getting in the best position to spoil it.
Just sense that they were asked for more effort at quarter time, Melbourne, by Simon Goodwin. I reckon they've responded well.
Oh, absolutely.
In this quarter, get out there and show who you are, would have been the message. Van Rooyen tapped down to Oliver. He's deep forward pocket, swamped by tacklers, but somehow got boot to ball. His kick spilled to Fritsch, but Blakey right with him, thumps it out of bounds. So Sydney under enormous pressure here. Right forward pocket for Melbourne again, and they have a 9-point lead, 25-second term.
Yeah, the D's have just controlled the momentum, haven't they? They lead it by 9 points, as Baz said. Ball comes back into play. Van Rooyen at the front. Clayton Oliver's dangerous. Mills got him. Petrarca works in with Parker for close attention. And we have a stalemate, so umpire will throw it in the air again. Hickey, cleverly done. Got rid of Van Rooyen. Driving ball left shoe towards halfback. Heaney elevates. Armady did the good body work on Maxi Gawn. And Heaney grasped the footy, squares it to Lloyd. They can set this one up now to the left-footed Braden Campbell. Running past was Rampy, read himself into some trouble. Has to backtrack to Cunningham. He squeezes it back to Rampy at halfback. A little bit untidy, the Swans here. There's Cunningham again. So they're set up so well behind the footy, Melbourne, they have to backtrack.
So McCartan's marked on defensive 50. So the Demons really putting the screws into Sydney in this second term. Swans look hot in the first, but they've worn them down. And Melbourne with a 9-point lead after a 3-point lead at quarter time. So a kick now to the wing broadcast side or beyond that for Sydney. Massive pack. Hayward in front of that, off hands out of bounds. Again, Max Gawn involved. And he makes sure, the skipper, that the ball was killed over the boundary.
Well, Baz, since the 7-minute mark when Kellen Mills kicked the Swans' last goal to put them 3 points in front, they've only been inside 54 times. Melbourne have been inside 13 times in that same period.
It's been a tight game, as you would expect. Sydney fighting from a home final. Parker spits it back to Warner. Look at his leg speed. Gets away out of the contest. Forward out, shoulders forward. Driving ball towards half forward. No one can take the mark. Clark should be first to get there. Yeah, it goes wide with a handball to Cunningham. Fox is there also. They've got the numbers, Sydney. Stevens will want his left shoe. He gets back on it now. Puts it to the hot spot for the Flyers. McDonald! Logan McDonald grasped the footy. They didn't get defensive body on him, allowed him to run and jump at the footy. And Logan McDonald takes a fine mark, 25 out directly in front, Randwick end.
He is a good mark, Logan McDonald, especially the way he can drift across the front of the pack. He's such a big boy and he's very strong. The siren is going to go in 8 seconds, so this is a crucial big shot for goal.
So margin stands at 9 points to the visitors. And we've travelled 27 minutes, second term. There's the circuit breaker for half-time. Logan McDonald fires. He's missed it.
There was a whistle there.
He has hit the post. So we will take a breath. 8 points the Dev. And it is the Demons holding a slender lead at the main break. They're 5-4-34. The Swans are 3-8-26. We'll break it all apart for you after this short break. It's thanks to McDonald's and Ream Hot Water. Triple M rocks football.
The foot is on Triple M.
That
quarter for Beacon Trade. Beacon Trade's here to partner with your business with lighting and electrical products for every Aussie home. Beacon Trade, let's make light work.
For Ream Hot Water.
Triple M rocks footy.
Built tough for Aussie conditions. When it comes to water heating, ask your plumber to install a Ream.
Get your drums ready.
Triple M's Marty Sheargold Show, featuring...
Maybe I put the sarong on today.
Marty Sheargold.
I am not a woman, but I would imagine if I was a woman...
Real ladies' man.
No matter how much you dance and prance, the last drop always goes down your pants.
Kickstart your day with a laugh. Triple M's Marty Sheargold Show.
I'm a massive fan. It's literally something I look forward to.
6 to 9 weekdays on Triple M.
And that's the end of that. Okay,
We're moving on.
Sizzling bacon and juicy 100% Aussie Angus meets a golden cheesy patty. The new Cheesy Angus at Macca's. Now that puts the win in winter. Available after 10:30am for a limited time.
It might sound like I'm listening to my daughter shake it up, but in my mind, I'm in holiday mode, sipping on a cocktail.
Rather be on holiday? Take off with Jetstar's Fair Play sale. There's heaps of fares to choose from, like Melbourne Tullamarine to Gold Coast from $49 or Auckland from $179. Ends midnight Eastern Standard Time, 28th August unless sold out prior. One way excludes checked baggage, selected travel dates and conditions apply. Jetstar. All day, every day, low fares.
If you love a good romance, get ready to fall in love with Lonely Hearts Radio, an Audible original audiobook narrated by Adam Demos and Erin Richards.
The thing is, you either click with a co-host or you don't. It's a bit like falling in love. There's co-host chemistry or there isn't.
And these two certainly have it. Let your ears indulge in this captivating love story that will have you crushing hard. Lonely Hearts Radio, an Audible original. Download the Audible app and listen for free.
With IGA's community give-back sale, you can make big savings.
And help support local causes. Just look for tickets on specials, like Cadbury or Pascal share bag, 110 to 185 grams selected varieties, $2.50 each, half price. Now at your local IGA. Offer ends August 29 while stocks last.
Hey tradies, is the stress of running a trade business doing...
Andy and Angela, why do you use radio advertising to promote the Lifestyle Tradie podcast?
The podcast and the membership is actually geared towards tradies.
And radio reaches them throughout the day in their cars and on site.
I notice you DIY the ads yourself.
I know I've got a yobbo voice, but it works well for us.
Fancy having your own breakfast show?
Well, I am an early riser.
Discover the unlimited ways to reach your audience at commercialradio.com.au. Radio Unlimited.
Here's to the ute drivers of today. Get more with every GWM ute across the Canon ute range. More technology, more style and more versatility starting from $33,990 drive away for ABN buyers. GWM ute, made for more.
Australia, I've been doing some investigating and I've found you can save 15% on your first year's premium when you purchase a new comprehensive car insurance policy online with Budget Direct. A case of online being on the money. Isn't it time you switched to Budget Direct?
Insurance solved with Budget Direct.
Issue Auto and General Insurance Company Limited. Read PDS and TMD at budgetdirect.com.au to decide if products suit you. Discount applies for your first year's premium for a policy purchased online. Individual circumstances and policy terms may vary. Compare for yourself.
Win a super VIP experience at the 2023 Toyota AFL Grand Final in the Shell V-Power Superbox. Visit shell.com.au/superbox for details. AFL authorised Grand Final promotion GF AFL 23/55.
Shut up! The foot is on the radio!
Triple M rocks footy. This halftime break for Mitre 10 Trade. A Mitre 10 gift card is the perfect gift this Father's Day.
Super Sunday continues on Triple M footy as we bookend the home and away season. Melbourne 5-4-34. They lead the Swans by 8 points. They're 3-8-26 for McDonald's and Ream Hot Water. Triple M rocks football. This is the halftime break for Mitre 10 Trade. Mitre 10 Trade. Gift cards, a perfect gift for Dad this Father's Day. Our 155 game former Swan is here to break it all down for us for CBus Super Special Comments, and it's Troy Luff.
Let's have a look at some of the Triple M Red Z lending stats. Errol Gould, brilliant second quarter. He's had 19 disposals and a goal. Callum Mills, 15, 13 to Cunningham. Parker has 12, 11 to Florent, Lloyd and Rampy. But there's a couple of blokes at the bottom of the Swans list. They're forwards. Sam Wicks, 1 kick. Ryan Clark, yet to have a kick. McLean, 2 kicks. Will Haywood, 1 kick. And Joel Amati, just the one behind. Have a look at Melbourne Demons, Brayshaw and May. May's been brilliant in the back line. 13
What's the
disposals.
clanger?
hang on, finished it. 10 disposals to Langer and Hunter, and Oliver's also had 10 disposals. Sorry, Baz, you were talking over me there. Sorry to...
I didn't say anything.
I heard you say it. But I'll tell you what, the big difference there was, firstly, it was Melbourne's tackle pressure on the Swans, and the Swans were trying to be too risky going into the middle of the ground, but it just wasn't on. They kept trying it when it wasn't on. And the turnovers kept happening, and in the end, the inside 50 count for that quarter, 16 to Melbourne, just 8 for the Swans, because every time the Swans turned it over inside the centre square, bang, straight inside the forward 50. And the other one is Swans poor kicking yet again. We've seen it so often this year. 3 goals, 8. And that last kick there from Logan McDonald, it brings it back to a couple of points going into half-time with all the ascendancy. Instead, he misses a sitter, and it's a point, and Melbourne maintain a good lead.
Luffy, I'm going to come back to you because the great man, Lance Franklin, and his kids have started their lap of honour here. So we might drop downstairs. Justin Edwards, he's coming past you now.
Normally at halftime you get the mass exodus of patrons going to the bars and the bathrooms. There's barely a Swans fan that's left their seat. Everyone on their feet applauding Lance Franklin as he walks past with his 2 kids, Rocky and Tallulah, and his wife Jacinta is there too, getting a raucous reception as he goes past the members and ladies stand here at the SCG. And as always with Bud, he's got about 10 cameras all following him, walking past him.
And he deserves it. Like, what a champion he's been. 1,066 goals, and he averaged 15 disposals over his career, which is fantastic. 186 Brownlow medal votes he got. That's 13th all-time, equal with Dane Swan. Runners-up in 2014 with 22 votes, and 4th in 2017, also with 22 votes. So
one of the greatest of all time in over 100 years of footy we've witnessed. And I think generationally, when you get to see players like this play, you sort of realise while they're playing, but when this moment comes and you know they're going, you have that moment to reflect and just realise how magnificent they were. And it, probably a couple in my time, and there'd be more, but Gary Ablett Jr. springs to mind, just being able to watch him do what he did, and this bloke, Lance Buddy Franklin.
And that's probably it from this last 20 years. Before that, you've got Gary Ablett Sr. and Tony Lockett. They were just freaks of their time. Then you've got to keep going back to the Teddy Whitten, Bobby Skilton days and further.
Yeah.
And there will be more.
Right up there amongst them.
There will be more coming, but yeah, just fantastic.
There's rare air that he occupies, isn't it? Justin Edwards, Bob Jane T-Marts.
He really is getting quite emotional here, Lance Franklin, with the reception he's getting. He's trying to hold back the tears in, and he's just going to be interviewed by the on-ground announcer.
Oh, look.
Actually, one final time. How are you feeling?
Pretty overwhelmed. Like, what a turnout. Like, I am definitely going to miss this. Like, it's absolutely incredible, and I thank you for all being here today. It's a special, special time to have all my family, friends here, and then this support here is just incredible. So thank you, guys.
Now, buddy, we just heard your incredible football CV being read out there. It is quite astonishing what you have achieved. Did you ever imagine when you made your debut in 2005 just how successful your footy career would be?
Probably not. Coming into the system as a 17-year-old from Perth to play 19 years professionally is just... it's beyond my wildest dreams. I feel very blessed to have played this great game for so long. I've met some amazing people through my journey, and as I said, like, what an incredible turnout today. So thanks, everyone.
There's been a lot of talk about the legacy you're leaving behind. What do you want to be remembered for?
Tough question. I think for me, it's just about being a good teammate, and that's what I've had from day one, is just to go out there and compete. And as I said before, I've met some incredible people through my journey, and played at 2 great clubs in Hawthorn and then here. It's just been an incredible ride.
Well, on behalf of the Sydney Swans fans, but also the wider football community, thank you for everything you've given, not only this club, but also this great game. Sydney Swans fans, the greatest showman, put it up. Buddy Franklin.
Oh, the 40-odd thousand stand and applaud.
Yes, it's wonderful.
And rightly so, as the big man, clearly emotional as he does his lap of honour. A bit of Foo Fighters playing in the background too, Baz.
And good call from you. It's not just the sections he's walking past that are standing. Everyone around the ground at the moment is standing, no matter where he is. a once-in-a-generational player, and we may not see a player of this calibre for another 10 or 15 years. There's no guarantee.
And the thing is, Baz, it doesn't really hit you emotionally until you do this. Like, you can tell your teammates, obviously, it's hard to do that, and you do get upset. But then you just go home, and all of a sudden you go about your life. When it's final, this is final now, and you think, this is it. I'm not going to be in front of this crowd ever again, and I'm done. And you do become emotional, and you've got to soak it up, make it one of the best days of your life. Sad, but one of the best days of your life, because everyone's sticking around to watch you, and you get to do it with your family.
Sunny afternoon in Sydney, and he's giving high fives to the crowd in the front row as he goes around holding his young child with him. So great scenes at the SCG. As I mentioned before, clearly an emotional Lance Franklin, also as the great man who strutted his stuff for two great clubs.
Oh, brilliant.
Two premierships with Hawthorn.
I say 10 or 15 years. There's no guarantee you'll see another Buddy Franklin again.
No.
He's that exceptional.
Well, the thing is, you can't look back and there is no other Buddy Franklin before Buddy Franklin. There's no one that has the same ability. At 6'5", can kick, can run, played in the midfield. He can play as a ruck. There is no other one else. So there's been freaks throughout history, but he's a single freak that will probably never be repeated.
Yep.
All right, guys, we've got to get to a news break now for McDonald's and Ream Hot Water. Triple M Rocks Footy, time now for a news update with Matty Leighton.
Thanks very much. A US military aircraft crash during a training exercise off the Northern Territory coast has left an officer critically injured. The Boeing Osprey tilt-rotor aircraft, carrying around 23 American personnel, went down this morning on Melville Island. 3 personnel were airlifted to Royal Darwin Hospital, with one in a critical condition and the others stable. Prime Minister Anthony Albanese spoke about the developments a short time ago.
The incident involves just US Defence Force personnel, that there are no members of the Australian Defence Force involved in this incident.
An Australian couple's holiday has taken a tragic turn after falling 10 metres from a wall in Croatia. A 26-year-old woman is currently fighting for life with cerebral damage and multiple vertebral fractures. A 24-year-old man has undergone emergency surgery, with DFAT providing consular assistance. And Port Adelaide will play Brisbane in a qualifying final after clinching third with a 31-point win over the Tigers.
Barbecues galore Father's Day deals are now on. With the Connoisseur 4-burner barbecue now only $349. Plus more great deals in-store and online at Barbecues Galore.
Sunny and 18 at the SCG. The Demons have an 8-point advantage over the Swans at half-time. Police reply quickly to texting drivers. A message from the TAC as Triple M rocks footy.
That halftime break for Mitre 10 Trade. A Mitre 10 gift card is the perfect gift this Father's Day.
For Ream Hot Water and McDonald's.
Triple M rocks footy.
Shut up! The footy's on Triple M!
Straight after this game, your Triple M footy triple header continues. Join the Temper Mattress call team for Carlton and GWS.
What an important 4 points this is.
For Ream Hot Water and McDonald's. Triple M rocks footy.
Tonight, in Australia, 500,000 households will struggle to put dinner on the table. Foodbank works with the entire food and grocery industry to ensure no Aussie is left behind. Working in a surprise chain, we never know what donations we'll end up with. So to make sure we don't go without popular pantry staples like pasta and pasta sauce, we work with generous donors to make them. Want to help? Need help? Head to foodbank.org.au.
It might sound like I'm listening to my daughter shake it up, but in my mind, I'm in holiday mode, sipping on a cocktail.
Rather be on holiday? Take off with Jetstar's Fair Play sale. There's heaps of fares to choose from, like Melbourne Tullamarine to Gold Coast from $49 or Auckland from $179. Ends midnight Eastern Standard Time, 28th August unless sold out prior. One way excludes check baggage, selected travel dates and conditions apply. Jetstar. All day, every day, low fares.
With IGA's Community Give Back sale, you can make big savings.
And help support local causes. Just look for tickets on specials like continental pasta and sauce or rice, 40 to 190 gram varieties, $175 each, half price. Now at your local IGA. Offer ends August 29 while stocks last.
One of the world's biggest shows, Billions, returns for an epic final season only on Stan.
This is what you've been waiting for.
Axe is back.
Sounds to be a billionaire these days. Let's get to it.
And he saved his biggest play for one last showdown.
This is it.
Can't escape around a mess. It's all been leading up to this as the stakes grow from Wall Street to the world.
We're going to tell you what we're going to do, and then we're going to do it.
The final season of Billions, now streaming only on Stan.
This is a big deal. Actually, it's a huge deal. Hang on, this is a massive winter deal. Only 3 days left to get Energy Australia's huge winter deal. Switch to us for a massive 25% off gas rates for home and business. Hurry, this massive offer ends August 29. Switch to Energy Australia today. Vic eligible customers only. Conditions apply. Available on select plans. Guaranteed discount is off our market energy charges and applies for the applicable benefit period.
Smarter home, better life. Make it happen with AT Smart. Control lighting, heating, entertainment and more with your voice or through an app. Powerful, convenient and easy to install. Make your home smarter for a better life at atsmart.com.au.
Melbourne's best buys. All over it.
Sign up to a BP Plus fuel card and save on every litre. That's doing business the clever way. Visit bpplus.com.au to find out more and to apply. bpplus.com.au.
Best buys.
Calling all romance fans. Get ready for Lonely Hearts Radio, an Audible original audiobook starring Adam Demos and Erin Richards. Lonely Hearts Radio. Listen free on Audible.
Melbourne's best buys. All over it.
Shut up! The footy's on Triple M!
Straight after this game, your Triple M footy triple header continues. Join the Temper Mattress call team for Carlton and GWS.
What an important 4 points this is.
For Ream Hot Water and McDonald's, Triple M rocks footy.
Shut up! The footy's on the radio!
Triple M rocks footy. This quarter for Titanium Caravans. Titanium Caravans are built to tackle Australia's toughest conditions. Visit titaniumcaravans.com.au.
Half-time at a packed SCG on Super Sunday. And we have got more coming your way after this one. Melbourne 5-4-34. They lead the Swans 3-8-26, an 8-point lead to the visitors. Half-time segment is for Amy Clangers. Who covers Clangers on and off the field? Amy does.
Back to the outer side wing. Lever comes off, tries to trap it, goes to ground level, ripping tackle laid on him by Wicks. And the umpire will come in and ball it up. So the pressure seems to be going up a little bit at the MCG. Sydney by 3 points.
SCG, Baz.
So ball elevate the
MCG.
Barry,
well, it's
SCG.
You can take the boy out of Melbourne. At the end of the S.
All right. We all do it from time to time,
yes.
We are live here for Triple M listeners, and we welcome them to our broadcast at the SCG.
Centric, though, aren't
Thank you, Luffy.
Just quickly, choice hotels around the grounds. Whatever your reason for travelling, you'll get the lowest prices guaranteed when you book direct on choicehotels.com. So go ahead, book it. Just a snapshot of the weekend that has been.
Yeah, Friday night, the Birth course, the Pies, 70 points over the Bombers. Enough said about that. Fremantle by 37 points over the Hawks yesterday. North Melbourne, 35-point winners over the Suns.
A third win of the year?
Third win of the year, all under Alistair Clarkson, and of course lifts them off the bottom of the table, and Harley Reid will be heading to the West Coast Eagles, you would think, as the number one pick. Brisbane Lions, 12-point winners over the Saints. Now, the Western Bulldogs got the job done last night. 25-point winners over the Cats, and, of course, which leads into tonight's game. The other games, the Crows, 45 over the Eagles. And, of course, we know Port Adelaide got the job done, 31 points over the Tigers. Earlier today, tonight, 5th versus 8th, and it's the Giants and Carlton. The Giants fighting for a spot in the top 8 if they win. They'll replace the Bulldogs.
Comprehensive by you. Justin Edwards, Bob Jane T. Marks.
Yeah, just finished really quite a beautiful moment here at the SCG. Lance Franklin completing his lap of honour. He was visibly emotional, and he wasn't the only one that was emotional either. There was a few Swan supporters with tears in their eyes too, saying goodbye to Lance Franklin for the final time. Even John Longmire, who's busy coaching, trying to coach a team to a home final, found time to give Lance Franklin a hug as he made his way off the ground. And John Longmire is not the only coach of Lance Franklin that is here today. Alistair Clarkson has made the trip up to say goodbye to Bud as well.
Good job, Clarko. And both sides in a position this quarter, the Titanium Caravan scoreboard. And if you want to go anywhere, you'll need Australia's toughest off-road caravan. Titanium Caravans are purpose-built to tackle Australia's uncompromising conditions. They have everything you need to stay off-grid and off-road. Look no further than a Titanium Caravan. Visit titaniumcaravans.com.au. Snapper to kick us off in the third term, and it's an 8-point lead to the Demons.
And for McDonald's and Ream Hot Water, Triple M Rocks footy, Eric Bounce. How many times have we seen that? Far too many for mine. I'll throw it up. So Gawn and Hickey Mills and Clayton Oliver do battle as well. Hickey forward, Pickett reads it off the tap, drives it towards half forward. Lloyd tracks it back. Rampy there with Bailey Fritz. Neil Bullen, he's elusive if he gets his hips free. He doesn't. He gives it now to Brayshaw. Brayshaw round the body to Fritz. Lloyd hems him in. Brayshaw, quick little kick, minor score. So Melbourne start with a flurry. I get a minor score. Triple M Titanium Caravan scoreboard. They're 35. Sydney at 26.
Half a footy left to play. Can the Swans get a home final next week? They go corridor straight up the ground. Wicks toe pokes it off the ground, then tracks his own footy. Hand pass off to Goulden. Breaks the tackle. Left foot ball towards half forward. Behind Stevens. Slapped to the ground by Langdon for the Demons. Taps it out with a hand pass over to Lever. Just inside defensive 50. Waited for the option to present. And it came from young Turner. Just outside defensive 50. Hit him on the chest.
The delivery inside 50 has been terrible from the Swans today.
So Turner drives it towards centre wing. Fox reads it front and square. Slick little give Stevens. Wasn't a great handball. His second one was. Comes to Blakey. He's cool in a crisis. And Logan McDonald marks it half forward. He's got the numbers forward. He'll drive it towards Amadi in the pocket. Can't mark. Goulden will gather the crumbs. One way, then the other. He'll kick it to the hot spots. Heaney gets back, can't mark the footy. The cavalry arrive for Melbourne and they hold it up. There's Neil Bullen there.
There, what's been a big difference is the clearances. Melbourne 22, Swans just 14.
Thrown in the air, close to the Swans goal. Oh, Heaney runs onto the tap, dragged off it, little toe poke off the ground by Wicks. I reckon he's got that home. He has.
Hurt himself.
He has too. He's rolling around on the ground. He's in pain, but the Swans get the goal. And they go to 4 goals, 8-32. Plays 5-5-35 Melbourne. And we're just seconds, 2.5 minutes into the third term. Triple M Titanium Caravan scoreboard. How's Wixie looking, Luffy?
Well, he's already got his right shoulder, left shoulder heavily strapped, and it looks like that as he's kicked it off the ground, he's come back down onto that shoulder. You can see him now just moving it around, lifting a little bit, but I also think he got a little bit of a knee in the back as well to go along with it. But a much-needed goal from the Swans. They need to start off well, and what they do as well they need to pick up is the centre clearances. It's 8-3. Melbourne's way as well, and on such a short ground that centre clearance is almost an instant inside 50. Oh, have a look at the
Harvey Norman.
Yeah, oh, he's just crunched himself on his back, his head and his shoulder.
I liked Isaac Heaney's bullocking work. He did a little earlier as well. Troy Luff with us, the Bali Geckos stalwart this afternoon for Seabus Super. We're back in the middle for McDonald's and Ream Hot Water. Brayshaw was clever. Heaney read it. He spat it out to Warner, and Warner will use his leg speed to get away. He is a little chipping ball towards half forward. And the Swans have it. They want to go quickly. McLean on the chest. And big Haydos. McLean has the footy hemmed in against the boundary line. 45 out on, well, what is he? City end of the ground in front of the old scoreboard.
Much better delivery there. Good pass from Callum Mills. Very tough position here, though, for McLean. He's going to have to kick it almost from the junction of the 50 and the boundary line, Baz.
He's a beautiful kick for a big man. So Hayden McLean, he'll start his approach from the gutter. They can reach out and touch him. He crosses the junction, drives it towards the city end. Oh, he celebrates to the crowd too. Punches the air, the big man. And the Swans get a couple in a row to start this third term. They lead it by 3 points on the Triple M Titanium Caravan scoreboard.
Well, if you need a confidence booster, that's it for McLean. He sits at the bottom of the stats table. When you kick a goal like that, it lifts you right to the top. And he's going to be pumped now. And the Swans are going to be pumped after kicking 2 goals in the first 4 minutes of this game. And it's just from both times, it was just the centre work. They played it risky again by going into the middle of the ground, but then they did the short pass inside forward 50 instead of the bomb, and it's paid off for them.
Baz, this week at Macca's, score 20% off your entire order when you spend $10 only on the My Macca's app.
Yep, I saved $10, so do the math. And know what I've ordered? A fair amount. For McDonald's and Ream Hot Water, Triple M Rocks footy. And the ball thrown in the air. Gorn got the tap down, but straight to Hickey, who gets the Swans out of the centre again, and throwing himself in there at the footy was Mills, who takes the mark.
How well's he rebounded from last
50
week?
50 out, hand pass off to Golden, who runs on. Golden fires from 50, and Sydney have hit the front. 2 to Golden. Swan 6-8-44. Melbourne 5-5, 35. And Sydney have jumped out of the blocks in this third term. Triple M Titanium Caravan scoreboard.
Oh, what a great play there from the Swans. Yet again, Callum Mills responded from last week. Errol Goulden has just continued on with the goal. Can we get the Amy Clanger back, please, Baz? You called him Golden, Gordon and Goulden. All in the one passage
well,
there.
I covered them all, Lucky.
Justin Edwards, Bob JT Marts.
Yeah, Swans fans raucous down here. 3 quick goals to start the third quarter. I think that song Errol by Australian Cruel is almost starting to get more popular than Sweet Caroline here at the SCG when Errol Goulden kicks a goal.
Yeah, he's got a couple this afternoon. Is the stylish midfielder for McDonald's and Ream Hot Water. Triple M rocks footy. Sydney by 9 points. They've kicked the first 3 of this third term. Parker goes off the ground towards Goulden. Clever mark, Bowie. He outpointed Goulden on that occasion. They can repel. Viney makes good position on the wing. Grasp it to his chest. Eastern side of the ground in front of the Bill O'Reilly stand. Viney with the footy. 6 minutes played third term. Goes long up the line.
And up they go. Massive pack. Thumped to ground level. Fox on the end of it. Got a couple of demons to beat here. One of those Melksham shoved it out the back of the pack. Quick kick inboard by Fritz will bounce out of bounds. And there'll be a boundary throw in about 45 around from Melbourne's goal.
If you want a good start, Baz, to a second half from a team that was
massive,
that's it.
9 points up Sydney now, 6.5 third term.
So ball spins back into play. 45 out from the Melbourne goal. Petrarca lurking dangerously. Viney, look at him burrow in like a ferret. Tries to spit it out. He can't. Chandler wants his turn. Spits back out towards Fox. Coming back towards Smith. Smith can't get his hands to it. Worried out of it to Pickett. Pickett, can he get his foot to it? He can. Misses. So a slender chance. Sydney, they lead it by 8 points after that minor score from the Demons. Triple M Titanium Caravan scoreboard.
Lloyd went short to Mills. Short kick to Wicks outside defensive 50. Hand pass back to the running Mills. Punches out a hand pass. The Stevens on the wing. Dummies around Bowie. Left foot ball inside forward 50 is brilliant. And the marker's taken by McLean. Boundary side. Left half forward this time.
Great decision, Stevens. Stevens knew he couldn't go the distance because May had made perfect position. He had to cut back inside, gather another 5 metres with his feet before he delivered towards McLean.
He certainly did, and they've lifted Sydney. Now McLean again with his backside sitting on the fence. He's got to kick this from 50, this time from left half forward. Starts to walk in. Just kicked a ripping goal about 2 minutes ago. Drop punt, set sail, goes for home. It's a sort of a horrible wobbly sideways thing that floats through for a point. Sydney maintain that 9-point lead. 8 minutes third term. Triple M Titanium Caravan scoreboard.
And that probably nearly described it, Baz, how bad a kick it was.
Yes.
So Bowie from the city end. Packed house at the SCG. They farewelled their hero, Lance Franklin, at half-time.
Yes.
Their home side, they lead it by 9 points. Game in the balance here. It's been the biggest margin all day, Luffy. Has it been about 9 points?
No, this is the biggest margin, yep.
So bouncing on a knife's edge. Ball elevates, centre wing out of sight. Warner held without it. Rowbottom just drives a quick kick forward. Ball spits out towards McLean. McLean's got it again. Slick little give. Stevens a fumble. Allows Langdon to come in. Down low was Goulden. He is clean. Gives it to Warner. Warner will fire. Misses everything. And it's out on the full Melbourne free kick in the back pocket.
It's not the option. When you're under that much pressure, trying to have a snap chops a goal from 50 metres out, you just want to put it into a dangerous spot.
Well, love here this afternoon. Triple M Seabus Super special comments. Seabus Super making hard work pay off. Long kick to the wing. Broadcast side of the game. Parker off hands. Reclaims for Sydney. Bit of a moment for the Swans here at the moment. Hand pass to Blakey. Low drop punt inside. Brian Amati marks. He marks about 43 out. A little bit worse than a 45-degree angle.
Once again, it's that short pass, Baz. If you have a look at all the Melbourne defenders, they were all beyond Joe Amati there and gave him room to run into.
We'll get down to Justin Edwards shortly because the Demons have got another problem limping to the bench down there. And Bailey Fritsch.
He's missed a few with injury recently too, Baz.
He has. So Amati. Swans with a 9-point lead before the kick. 10 minutes third term. He shanked it. It's a shank. off the instep of the boot, and it's gone out in the fall. Downstairs, Bob Jane teammates, Justin.
Yeah, big news here for the D's. Bailey Fritsch holding his foot, which is the exact same injury that he's just come back from missing 5 or 6 weeks from.
Not good news for Melbourne.
So the D's to repel. Slipping over, it'll give to Bowie. Now he's got a decision to make. He goes wide to a one-on-one. Braden Campbell, too slick. He wins it, wants his left side. 60 from home. Driving ball to full forward. No one takes the mark. Goulden waits down. He's caught in a good tackle. Heaney lurks. And Melbourne come with numbers. And Clayton Oliver will get it through. It'll be a minor score. Sydney by 10 points. Triple M Titanium Caravan scoreboard.
You know what happened there, Brad? Amadi tried to make up for that poor kick. In the end, he's jumped straight into Logan McDonald, who had his hands on the ball, about to take the mark. Braz.
Stephen May. Thank you, Uffy. Drops a long ball out the outside wing. Oh, good tackle of Lloyd. Spills to Goulden ground level. Melbourne. The hand pass punched out to Joel Smith. Kicks across his body to half forward. Nobody home. Melcham thumps it inside forward 50, but no one there for Melbourne. Blakey drops back, receives a hand pass. Sydney with the numbers here. Low drop punt through centre half back, and Rowbottom marks and just settles things down for the Swans.
So Clark made good position. Broadcast side. Rowbottom squeezes it out to him now. Blakey runs shotgun with him. Driving kick towards half forward. McLean waits underneath it. Cops all the heat from Bowie. He went and got it again. Warner put him in a good tackle. Oh, it's heating up here. Oh, dangerous tackle, said the umpire.
Yep.
Oh, it's a fine line, isn't it? Now we're asking the umpires to decide whether the tackle's dangerous or not. Driving ball towards half forward. Hickey can't mark. Caught in the grass. Has to release Petrarca. Slick little give. Brayshaw. All their stars there. Viney. Back to Langdon. They push it towards half forward, and Lloyd will take it. I think it's out on the full. I think it is. Justin Edwards, Bob Jane T-Mart.
So Bailey Fritsch did a couple of run-throughs. He looked pretty ginger to me, that left foot giving him some trouble. He's now gone straight down to the rooms with the doctor and the physio.
10 points up the Swans. What will be happening in the rooms, Luffy?
Well, it depends on what the injury. If it's actually a re-injure of his old injury, well, that'll be him done and dusted. But if it's only a slight strain, Baz, it depends on the importance of the game to them, and it's not that important, really. Just rest him up. They've got nothing to gain from winning here today, and there's no point injuring players further.
Yeah, you reckon he'd be done. Goulden from half back. Beautiful left foot drop punt over the chest of Hayward. So the Swans with the momentum here at the moment. Just a slender 10-point lead, 12 and a half third term, as they fight for a home final next week here at the SCG. Nice kick. Goes to Stevens, who marks forward to the wing. His boundary side spins the foot in his hand. Players screaming for it squared up. A pretty crowded forward 50, so he goes very short after being called to play on. Got it towards Florent. Hand pass off to Mills. Just a high ball inside forward 50. Massive pack, front and square. Parker bangs it onto his boot and kicks towards goal. Bounces to the left of the goal post and through from behind. 11 points up Sydney. 13 and a half third term Titanium Caravan scoreboard.
Just to add to that, Baz, when it comes to the last quarter, if Melbourne are in a position where, look, they might lose, they may just start resting some of the players, because ladder position doesn't matter to them. They can't go up, they can't go down. So it's 4 points for nothing if they win.
So Jakey Bauer brought it in. Chandler has got it just backward to centre wing. He's going to go corridor. That was adventurous. The numbers, they came from Sydney. Logan McDonald spits it out to Hayward. Rowbottom, Warner, he wants to go forward. He does now. Uses his feet to get clear. Chipping ball. Parker!
Oh, again!
Jeez.
Oh, he's grabbed the one-hander again. Second time this afternoon, Lukey Parker.
Stephen Smith, look out in first slip.
If you don't mind.
Luke Parker's taken your role.
Jeez.
So he's hemmed in. It's a pretty acute angle. He stands in front of the old members stand, city end of the ground, broadcast side.
What a year the stalwart has had too, Luke Parker.
So he only knows one way, does this man. He is a bull at a gate.
And that's not how to kick for goal.
But he sets it up. They fly. Play on's the call. All players had a little bit of a hand in it. Comes to Heaney, slips over. Salem, good tackle on him. Clark burrows in. Comes back to Hayden McLean. Chips it back toward Marty, and Marty forced to backtrack. Sydney with the footy. They can set it up again.
Ball goes back inside about 20 from home. Big fist by Lever. Out into the back pocket. Hunter had to wait for it to come down. Grabbed it on his chest. Threw it straight onto his boot to Petrarca. Didn't get a clean pickup. Came off his boot to Rampy. His kicks back to Cunningham. Kicks into the centre to Lloyd. and he marks right in the middle of the SCG. All players virtually forward to the middle at Sydney's end of the ground. He goes backwards to the only player that's not in Fox, and he kicks across to the wing here, broadcast side. Stevens has got it for Sydney.
Yeah, Warner, he pushed hard from the opposite side of the ground, from east to west.
And 50 metres.
Chandler just stepped over the mark. He didn't stand.
Jeez.
That's harsh, isn't it?
It's pathetic. It's not. It's pathetic. He literally took, a 10-centimetre step forward. It's just, it doesn't impede the ball carrier. It doesn't restrict him. It has no bearing on the outcome, yet now it will, because it puts Chad Warner 35 metres out from goal.
Yeah, we could argue as long as the day is long whether the penalty fits the crime.
Well, it's just the rule book is getting too big nowadays.
So Warner with the footy. A chance for Sydney to kick 4 in a row. Warner to the City end. And he lights them up too. Chad Warner gets on the scoreboard, and Sydney ease it out to a 17-point margin. There's 7 goals, 11. Melbourne a 5-6, and that happening on the Triple M Titanium Caravan scoreboard.
We're just having a look at some of the Red Z lending Triple M stats. Errol Gould's had 8 disposals this quarter. Callum Mills 7, Blakey 5. On the other side of the coin, Bowie's the only one that's done much for the Demons. He's had 6. We have a look at some of the low counts. Well, where's Petrarca? He's had 2. Clayton Oliver yet to actually touch it. So you've got to start thinking that is the mindset for the Melbourne Demons now that, look, all of a sudden it's starting to blow out. 3-4 goals difference. So let's go down for Bob Jane T-Mark. Justin, what do you got for us?
So Bailey Fritsch has re-emerged from the ruins. Looks like they're still deciding as to whether they're going to sub him out. He's just receiving some treatment on that left foot now.
Bob Jane T-Marks have great buy 3, get 1 free plus instant cashback deals. Call or order online at 8. T's and C's apply. For McDonald's and Remont Water, Triple M rocks footy. Bounces good. Underway again. Sydney's term so far this third quarter. Melbourne get the clearance this time. Viney hand pass to Sparrow. Hand pass back to Viney. Hand pass wide to Hunter. Have ball Will Hunt. He goes for the low drop punt left forward pocket. Van Rooyen dropped the mark. Florent in the back pocket cleans up for Sydney. Hand pass McCartan. Hand pass Florent. Good smother on the Florent kick from Chandler. And he locks it inside forward 50 for Melbourne. 40 around from their goal out of bounds.
And we are seeing quite a quiet game from Christian Petrarca. He's only had the 11 disposals, 4 kicks, 7 handballs and 0 trouble of the scoreboard today.
Sydney by 17. They throw it in. Forward 50 for the D's. Cunningham will go round the body. High ball. It's a good mark. Heaney out pointed. And Rivers takes a good mark. So he looks to set up. Melbourne structured really well behind the footy here. They put it back inside 50. They fly. Gawn. One grab. Couldn't grasp it with a second. Florent has to release. Neil Bullen's got a bit of space. Can he bend it round? Neil Bullen! I think he can. No. Oh, minor score. That wasn't far away. 5-7-37 Melbourne. They trail the Swans 7-11-53 Triple M Titanium Caravan scoreboard.
Quick one of the Red Zeds. Swans have had 74 disposals, 12 inside 50s. Melbourne 44 disposals, 5 inside 50s in this third quarter.
Blakey short ball to Warner, dangerous, but he slapped it to ground level, reclaimed his own footy and punched out a 20-metre pass to Stevens. So called the play on. Drop punt will land on the wing. Gawn in between 2 Swans. Brings it to ground level. Sparrow overran it. Warner claims it for Sydney. Hand pass to Hayward. Goes for the low drop punt to Amati. Close to the boundary line. Bowls him over. Lloyd will run onto it. He's on forward 50. Sideways hand pass to Amati. He goes underground with a hand pass. Gives it towards Clark. Lloyd again, tackled, lost at Mills. Viney picks up for Melbourne. Hand pass off to Lever. Kick partially smothered. It bounces to the wing.
Yeah, Van Rooyen did really well. He got it on the bounce and gave it to Viney. Langdon lends a hand backward of centre wing. Errant kick. And that'll go out of play. Neutral territory, western side of the ground. Melbourne 5-7-37. They trail the Swans 7-11-53.
Thanks to Bob Jane T-Marts. Justin, all the players been to the left of screen. Is there a bit of wind out there at the moment?
Not really, no. The flags are pretty dormant on top of the members stand here at the SCG. If anything, there's a cross-field breeze that's coming from the far side of the ground to the broadcast side, so no wind advantage.
Definitely most of the game has been played at the Paddington end.
Neutral territory. Viney does his best work when it's tough. Down low, crunched. That was Salem going one way, Warner the other. And ball held in. Well, Justin Edwards, Bob Jane T-Marts.
Yeah, Jake Melksham now, so he's next to Bailey Fritsch. Bit of a injury concern here, holding his left leg.
Oh, we'll keep an eye on that one too. So Neil Bullen a chance, Lloyd, and puts a good tackle. Salem, will it sit for him? It does. Stevens, a terrific tackle on Salem. Has to release. Rowbottom fights after the footy. Hands and knees on the grass. They pile in on top of him. And we'll get a ball up. Wow, frantic period. 20 minutes played, third term. And it's the Swans 53 leading Melbourne 37.
Huge improvement for the Swans. Sorry, about 77% kicking efficiency this quarter.
16 points up. And the second of a triple header on Sunday on Triple M footy. And the big one after this, Carlton and the GWS. As the Giants fight for a spot in the top 8. The ball bounced to Langdon. And he just was going to track it to the boundary line. And it sort of held up and his toe poked it on the full. So at half-back, a free kick to Rampy for Sydney.
Massive momentum now this quarter of the Swans, isn't there?
Well, they can really close in hard on Melbourne here. 16 points is their margin at the moment. Short pass Rampy to Stevens. Took the mark under a bit of heat on the wing, and he just trots back with the footy in no hurry. So the Swans with a little bit of swagger now. 21 minutes, third term. Stevens, drop punt, 40 metres. Halfway between wing and half forward for them. Back of the pack, Lever will claim it. Long ball across the wing, Viney takes the mark for Melbourne, forward to the wing, and he's got a bit of space running up forward, Petrarca.
Blakey has to go. Those long arms did well on that occasion. Tries to get the footy out, Clayton Oliver. He's caught in a good tackle, backtracks to Van Rooyen. Pressure immense in the half-forward flank. They stand and applaud Nick Blakey from the Churchill stand as he got the ball out of play, and we await a throw-in. Melbourne 37, Sydney 53. We'll get to Justin in just a moment. Ball spins back into play. Lloyd puts his snout over the footy, wins it to Rowbottom. Forward little handball. Warner will want to burst away. He does. Wants his left side, and Marty's a chance. If it sits for him, it is. Is he shut down? He was quickly. That was by Turner. And Bob Jane T-Marts, Justin Edwards.
So Bailey Fritsch looks like he's ready to come back on. Doesn't look 100% to me, but he's going to come back on. Jake Melksham, though, is the concern now for the D's. Left knee injury has gone down to the rooms.
All right, so Melbourne starting to rack up the injury concerns as well. Gorn in the ruck, who was off the ground for a little while as well. Viney tapped down to his way. Petrarca sees it push back his way in the middle of a huge pack. Got smashed. Stevens picks up for Sydney. He got smashed. Oliver claims it. Just hand passed out wide in hope. It was Rampy who claimed it for Sydney. Kicks across his body back towards the wing about 30 metres. Viney off hands will claim it. Hand pass off to Sparrow. In fact, it's Rivers onto the right boot, and he's kicked it out in the full. He's kicked it out in the full towards half forward. And it'll be Lloyd to bring it back in for Sydney.
So Sydney by 16. A packed house at the SCG this afternoon. Right half back. So he'll advance it down the western side. Drives it towards centre wing. Hickey flies. Good mark. Well, you wouldn't have predicted that. He was third man up. He took a fine mark over Gorn. So called to play on now. The lanky ruckman in his 150th drives it towards half forward. Stevens reads it okay. Front and square round the body. Hayward in a good spot. Bowie's back there. Can Wicks get his boot to it? No off hands.
I don't think anyone touched it.
Well, we're going to go upstairs for this one.
I don't think anyone knows if the kick that came in from Campbell.
All right, we're going upstairs, Luffy. Harvey Norman Wrigley. Norman, huge coffee expo. Ending Monday. Buy a selected coffee machine and get 10% back in gift cards.
I don't know how the umpire could not see that, Baz.
I think the umpire's call was touched, to be fair.
But how could he have not seen that it was touched is what I'm saying. How could he have not seen that it hit the arm and then rolled in a totally different direction? Why even need to call for the review?
He just checked. A little bit toey at the moment, umpires. Goal umpires, lovey.
Yeah, after last week.
A little bit reticent, just not the check. So the Demons from full back. Bowie. Long kick towards the outer side wing. She's the run of the punt, Melbourne this term. Spills to Petrarca. Sydney playing like a side. Desperate for the 4 points for obvious reasons. Punch back by Clark. 25 metres to the right forward pocket of the Swans. And the players pile on top of the pill. And the umpire calls for a ball up right just inside the boundary line, 40 out from Sydney's goal.
Mentioned at half-time just the difference between clearances Melbourne and Sydney. Well, this has been a total reverse. 8 clearances to 4 Sydney's way. They've scored 3 goals to 0 in clearances this quarter.
Justin Edwards.
Bailey Laurie's got the T-shirt off in the Guernsey, so it looks like they're preparing Jake Melksham to be subbed.
Good man, Bob Jane T-Marts. Justin Edwards with us this afternoon as Melbourne look to advance it from half-back. Viney was clever. Quick little kick. McCartan, courageous. Forces the ball to Blakey. Keep your eyes on McCartan as he goes towards Armady. Armady can't mark and ball out of play. They'll throw it in forward 50 for the Swans as Tommy McCartan is up on his feet. That's good news for Swans fans. We'll await a throw-in. 21 minutes third term. It's the Swans 7-12 leading Melbourne 5-7.
Well, you could tell before the start of the game, or we all knew, the Swans would want this a little bit more. So the scoreboard swaying their way at the moment on their home ground. Viney grabs it from the boundary throw-in. Terrific smother on the kick by Parker, which sees the ball out of bounds. And again, locked inside forward 50 for the Sydney Swans.
They've just turned up the pressure a bit, Baz, in this quarter. Compared to the first half, the Swans have really applied so much pressure to the Melbourne ball carriers. So many turnovers.
Game in the balance still here. Third term, 20 minutes. Logan McDonald spits a little handball out. Mail cut it off. Repels with a high ball as they advance to the outer side. Cunningham did everything but mark it, the umpire said. Warner down low, left it behind. Petrarca's involved to Neil Bullen. Lloyd got a good smother on his kick. He pushes it forward. They've advanced it to the wing. Brayshaw's out now. Full-chested, driving ball towards half forward. McCartan superb. Tommy McCartan superb. As he got a fist in late and got it out of play at half forward for the D's. They're 37. The Swans are 54 on the Triple M Titanium Caravan scoreboard.
So could they get a late one here, Melbourne? 23 minutes now, third term.
Just heard a clap from the crowd. Paddy McCartan, Tommy's brother, was on the big screen.
Gawn tapped down Petrarca, flying shot from 50's a beauty. Oh, that is magnificent from one of the champs of the game. And Petrarca says, get stuffed. We're not done with yet. 6-7-43 Melbourne. 7-12-54 Sydney. Swans hang on by 11 points. All on the Triple M Titanium Caravan scoreboard. Caravanning reimagined, if you don't mind, umpire. New Melbourne showroom opening on September 23. Visit titaniumcaravans.com.au.
Much needed goal for the Demons there. First time they've been inside 50 for a while, and Petrarca, I said it before, he's been quiet, but you can never keep a good man down. That was a much-needed goal by Melbourne. Just the 11 points now to the Swans, who have just totally dominated this third quarter.
It's a stubborn D's. They hang in there, only 11 points adrift. It's game on the line sort of stuff. It's their champion that draws them back to 11 points. 24 minutes, the third term for McDonald's and Ream Hot Water Triple M Rocks footy. We're back in the middle. Ball just spits forward. Parker v Viney, a couple of hard nuts. Lloyd, a handball forward, but he's given it straight up to Brayshaw. Brayshaw with a little low ball towards half forward. Rampy, superb effort, and he's held up at half forward for the D's, and he hands it back to the umpire. We'll get a throw up.
It's not going to be a long quarter either, boys. There's only just over 2 minutes left because there hasn't been a lot of scoring.
60 out from the Melbourne goal. Gawn taps it down to Oliver, kicks off the ground. The danger, Petrarca found a bit of space again, goes short to Pickett. Cozzy drops it. It's 30 metres out, picked up by the player, the sub on in Laurie, who fires from 20 out, virtually directly in front, and misses to the right, through for a behind. 6-8-44, play 7-12-54, 10 points the Swans' way. 25 third term, Triple M Titanium Caravan scoreboard.
So Blakey spits a little low ball to Fox. So they advance to the western side. Fox, high ball towards centre wing. No one can mark. Viney Wicks. Wicks put a good tackle on him. That's a throw, umpire. Play on's the call. Goulden rides the bump. Gives it to Rowbottom. Clark, then Rowbottom, the old 1-2. Releases Parker through the middle. He'll draw a crowd. Sweeps it to Goulden. Goulden, a little low ball as they went forward. Down low is Hayward. He's caught about 40. Wants to backtrack. Around the body with a high ball.
Rivers underneath it. Got to go for Melbourne. Brings it to ground level. Opportunity, Neil Bullen punched out a hand pass under the pack, comes out to young Laurie, gives it back to Rivers, got a player forward to the wing in Joel Smith, got Big Max Gorn running past if he wants him, ignores the big man, wants to go forward, puts it out in front of Petrarca, he's got 3 to beat but controls it at ground level, 60 out from home, waiting for a mate to come to him, finally got there finally, Laurie lays a tackle on Blakey and umpire Chamberlain just crosses his arms and says I'll ball it up and explains why he didn't give the free kick. There's a few inquisitive looks go his way. 55 out from Melbourne's goal.
Yeah, ball elevates. Gorn v Hickey. Parker reads it offhand. High up and under ball towards centre wing. Heaney flies. Can't mark. Wick stays down. Row bottom. Viney, terrific tackle. Pressure's beating Metz in this quarter. Parker tries to bullock his way through. Clayton Oliver can. A little forward handball. They can advance the D's. A little low ball towards Packett.
Look at that.
Oh, hits him on the chest. I think it was Laurie who dragged it out of the middle, and it was a superb lace-out ball, and Pickett's marked 30 out directly in front Randwick end.
Beautiful pass, just into that space that had opened up in the forward line because all the players had rushed towards the ball for both teams. It was literally 3 pairs of players, and he just split it right down the middle. Great pass to Pickett.
Who's been a consistent performer. Kicked 33 goals this year. Towards the southern end. Driving ball as he squeezed it in. I think he has. Oh, they're going to go upstairs again. Are they? Pickett liked it. Oh, they're going to go upstairs and see if it hits the post, Luffy.
As you said,
it's just, well, he signalled a goal.
They're going to start checking it when it goes straight through the middle to see which side of the middle it went on.
So review underway.
Oh, it might have hit the post.
No.
Well, see, that angle, it looks like it's hitting the post.
Well, the angles are different. We're looking at 4 angles.
Looking at these angles, we can see no spike on edge as the ball passes the post. Decision on the scoreboard.
There it is. Laurie will get the goal. The sub that came on only 5 minutes ago. And Bailey Laurie has drawn it back to, 4 points? Game on at the SCG Triple M Titanium Caravan scoreboard.
And that is the last kick of this quarter. There is 3 seconds left before the siren goes. And so Melbourne have kicked the last 2 goals in the last 2 minutes. And all of a sudden, when we saw the Swans opening up, they totally commanded this first 24 minutes of the quarter. And then all of a sudden, the last 4 minutes, Melbourne have taken over. And the Swans, again, they missed their chances to put the game away. 4-point game going to three-quarter time.
Just reminding everyone that they are a ripping side, the Demons, who are chasing the final glory this year. And they're back to within 4 points of a Sydney side at the SCG, desperate for this win for a home final. But they are playing a quality opposition, and this will go down to the wire. For McDonald's and Ream Hot Water, Triple M rocks footy. Big Max Gorn wins the ruck against Hickey, grabs the footy, kick the half forward, three-quarter time at the SCG, and it's game on because the Demons have bounced back. Sydney 7-12-54, hang on to a 4-point lead. Melbourne 7-8-50. Brad Seymour, Troy Luff, Justin Edwards and Baz for McDonald's and Ream Hot Water. Triple M rocks footy.
That quarter, the Titanium Caravans. Titanium Caravans are built to tackle Australia's toughest conditions. Visit titaniumcaravans.com.au.
For McDonald's,
Triple M rocks footy.
This week, score 20% off your entire order when you spend $10. Only on the MyMaccas app.
Let's all gather around the radio.
When you say action, I'm your guy.
Triple M's Marty Sheargold Show.
Never trust a fart.
It has Marty Sheargold.
Oh, my God. Well, let me apologise in advance.
A man that isn't afraid of asking the big questions.
Hash browns. Discuss.
Triple M's Marty Sheargold Show. It's a show for grown-ups.
I mean, flick around right now and see if anyone's doing a pumpkin story. No. They won't be. They'll be talking about photos of their kids.
Kickstart your day with a laugh. Triple M's Marty Sheargold Show. 6 to 9 weekdays on Triple M.
Campbell Brown here with Andrew Shea, the CEO of Builders Academy. For those already experienced, what can Builders Academy offer?
Thanks, Brownie. If you have a number of years' experience in the building and construction industry, we can help you via a process called recognition of prior learning. We gather evidence of your knowledge, skills and experience and help you pathway towards gaining a nationally recognised qualification.
Thanks, Andrew. Get in touch with Builders Academy on 1300 Legend.
RTO 21583.
Win a super VIP experience at the 2023 Toyota AFL Grand Final in the Shell V-Power Superbox. Visit shell.com.au/superbox for details. AFL authorised Grand Final promotion GF AFL 23/55.
Smarter home, better life. Make it happen with AT Smart. Control lighting, heating, entertainment and more with your voice or through an app. Powerful, convenient and easy to install. Make your home smarter for a better life at atsmart.com.au.
Real people, real products, real fun. No matter who you are, Sexyland has something real sexy for everyone. With Australia's biggest range of sexy costumes, lingerie, couples toys and fun gifts and games for adults. 11 stores in Melbourne and Geelong open till midnight 7 days a week. Or shop online for 2-hour delivery.
Take me now, hot cool man. Take me now, Sexyland.
Sexyland.com.au.
The Big Boat Show sale is now on. With up to $2,000 in additional value on your Quintrex, you'd be mad to miss it. Come visit Streaker Marine at 461 Mountain Highway, Bayswater to take advantage of this opportunity. Offer ends 1st September.
Are you in a music slump? Need a mood booster?
No matter what type of mood you're in, Listener has the perfect music station for you.
Find your inner rock god with Hard and Heavy. Tap into the golden age with 70s hits. Or release your inner rodeo with Triple M Country. Download the Listener app now and search Mood to find your perfect music station.
Get ready to cheer on your team in Rugby World Cup 2023 on the home of rugby, Stan Sport. France take on the Wallabies in the final warm-up match. Kicks off Monday, 1:15am Australian Eastern Standard Time. The only place to watch every match, ad-free, live and on demand, is on Stan Sport. Add the Stan Sport package to your Stan subscription today for only $15 a month. Head to stan.com.au/sport now.
Is this radio's greatest romance? Get your ears ready for Lonely Hearts Radio, an Audible original audiobook starring Adam Demos and Erin Richards that will have you crushing hard. Download the Audible app and listen to Lonely Hearts Radio for free.
Shut up! The foot is on the radio!
Triple M rocks footy. This quarter for Beacon Trade. Beacon Trade's here to partner with your business with lighting and electrical products for every Aussie home. Beacon Trade, let's make light work.
Three-quarter time at the SCG. Sydney lead by 4 points. They turn an 8-point deficit at half-time into a 4-point lead at three-quarter time with a 4 goals to 2 third term. 7-12-54, 7-8-50 are the Demons. The triple header on Sunday gets better again because we'll be crossing straight after this one to Carlton and the GWS at Marvel Stadium. Jack Everin, Kate McCarthy, you are in for a big one.
Oh, Baz, we certainly are. Great to be with you. They're already up in the top tier here at Marvel Stadium. Car park full, people everywhere around the ground. Going to be a massive one, Kate, but bad news for the Giants, a significant out coming into today.
Yeah, it is a game that they obviously must win to make it through to the finals, and they've lost their champion defender, Sam Taylor. He's been out with a hammy, so he's the laid out. Toby McMullen will come in, but we all know who that frees up. Charlie Curnow, obviously in the race for the Coleman medal, only needs the 2 goals now to win, and we thought that would be the direct matchup.
Quick tip from you before we throw it back to the boys.
Oh, I think GWS, they have everything to play for. I think we know how good Toby Green is in these occasions, and I think they will have bought their best game and will beat Carlton going into finals.
Can't wait for this one. We'll jump on as soon as you boys finish at the SCG. Looks like you've got a good one.
Good on you, Jack. We have, and we're saving the best till last because Carlton GWS sets up to be an absolute cracker with the Giants fighting for that final spot in the top 8. Lovely.
And so many scenarios, Baz. I'll do them really quickly. Swans win, Giants lose. SCG here against St Kilda. Swans lose, GWS lose. It'll be Sydney, St Kilda, Marvel. Turn it round. Swans win, GWS win. Sydney could play either GWS or St Kilda. Swans lose, GWS win.
So who wins, Fluffy?
Swans versus Carlton.
Who wins this?
Swans will win here. They've got too much to play for. Home final at stake.
So we're all set for McDonald's and Ream Hot Water. Triple M rocks footy. It's their skipper Mills. Drives them out of defence. And a good mark from Turner. So Turner, a couple of young guns there on Logan McDonald. So he ambles away. He chooses the eastern side. kicks it towards his skipper. He can't mark. Ball in the grass, spits out. Cleverly done. Clayton Oliver draws a crowd. Buys a little bit of time, gives it back to Maxi Gawn, and he's just eased the little one. Centre wing Jack Viney has the footy.
Plays on quickly, goes for the left foot drop, punt inside forward 50. Pickett at the full, the ball, it won't bounce his way. Hand pass comes out from Laurie to Petrarca. Stands one step and fires. He puts it right across the face. And out of bounds on the full. No score to Melbourne. And Sydney maintain a 4-point lead, 50 seconds into the final term on the Triple M Beacon Trade scoreboard.
Swans have won the last 4 out of 5 against the Demons here at the SCG.
So Blakey with the footy now. Hemmed into the back pocket. Chooses broadcast side. Driving ball. No one can mark. Heaney front and square. May worries him out of it. Repels. Touch play on and is a call. Neil Bullen full-chested. Petrarca! Can he bend it back? Oh, chance gone begging there. And he knows it too. He looks to the heavens and asks why. 7-9-51 the D's now. 3 points adrift to the Swans. They're 7-12-54. Triple M Beacon Trade scoreboard.
He's the spoiler, isn't he? He's trying to drag this team over the line, Christian Petrarca, this afternoon. He senses the challenge, and he's certainly lifted, played a ripping game. The kick out to the wing, outer side of the ground. There he is again. Petrarca, fall of the ball, got himself involved in the contest, won it, separated with a hand pass to Salem. His kick to Oliver is good. He runs to 55, didn't come off the boot well, off the instep, bounces towards goal. McCartan gets in the way. His hand pass under pressure though, straight to Neil Bullen, who's rolled around in a tackle. About 20 metres out from Melbourne's goal, but they surge again, and the umpire to ball it up.
Well, Baz, from the 13-minute mark of the third quarter, Christian Petrarca's had 12 disposals.
Great tackle, Wicks. So Hickey charges through. Hunter, can he bend it round with his left peg? Touch play on. McCartan waits underneath it. Full-back position. Just tries to hack it out of there. Heaney has to cop the heat. McLean down low, spits a little handball. Heaney, good tackle. Oh, that was good by Lever. And ball held in and hard forward for the D's. Justin Edwards, Bob Jane T-Marts.
So Jake Melksham is back on the bench. He's in the polo shirt. When he walked back to the bench, the Dermot staff member that was walking with him was holding his crutches. So I'm not sure if Melksham was too proud to have the crutches or he just genuinely didn't need them.
Swans at half back. Warner good. Hand pass to Goulden. He goes out wide with another hand pass over to Fox. Back to Goulden. Runs to the outer side wing. Low drop punt to McDonald. Got a bit of space. Hand pass to the player running past. In Warner one way, then the other. It's Stevens. He takes a bounce. Can't get around Langdor. Does he? Yes, he does. Left foot drop punt inside to Wicks. Oh, McPhee read that well. Sprinted in from behind. Took the relieving mark for Melbourne.
Yeah, plucked it, didn't he, at half back. So they're on the rappel now. They can serve it back over the net, and it's Viney. Gallops clear, centre wing broadcast side. A little chipping ball to Neil Bullen. Had too much heat on it. Rampy wanted it. Neil Bullen, great tackle. Oh, Neil Bullen won the footy back after Rampy worried him out of it. So Neil Bullen now about 80 from home, kicking towards the city end. Drives it towards Fritz. And Bailey Fritz marks 45 out directly in front Paddington end.
You need to see who's on Bailey Fritz because he had an absolute paddock to run into and he had no man chasing him. That was just terrible defence from the Swans. And all of a sudden, for all the Swans' dominance since half-time, Melbourne could be in front 4 minutes into this last quarter.
They've been efficient with the footy, Melbourne. And this man, there's not too many more so than Bailey Fritz on that left peg. From 45 out to the city end, crosses the 50, drives it towards the city end. He's kicked the third. Melbourne back in front. The D's by 3 points. Triple M Beacon Trade scoreboard.
Let's go back to Dylan Stevens having the ball, trying to do a little bit too much with it. All of a sudden he was clear. He could have just driven it long into the forward 50 but tried to pick it off a pass. Bang. 2 disposals straight back down the other end. And then Bailey Fritz, I don't know how much space he had. Look, nobody's going to go to him just yet, Baz, because they don't want to admit to it. Too much space to run into. And it was a beautiful pass into him.
So the curator at the SCG brings the roller back out to the fence again. Am I preparing for cricket season or do I pull it back in for a final here next week? It is right on the line now. The Saints coming to the SCG. Will they take the Swans on in Melbourne? For McDonald's and Ream Hot Water, Triple M Rocks footy. Ream Hot Water built tough for Aussie conditions. When it comes to water heating, ask your plumber to install a Ream. Big Mac's gone up in the ruck, slaps it down to Brayshaw. Goulden gets in the way, beat Gooden this last term. Dragged down on a kick by Brayshaw, but got it to half forward. And a holding free kick against Sydney will go to Salem as the ball came in on a one-on-one.
15-8 the free kick count Melbourne's way today.
So Salem at half-back. He can go short to Bowie if he wants, and he does. He's just inside defensive 50. Looks to the outer side wing. He's got a lead. He ignores that. Lights on here at the SCG. Short back to Salem, who's a true centre half-back. Goes into the corridor and finds Petrarca.
So Petrarca with the footy. Just backward of the centre circles. Chips a ball. Oh, Rivers was clever and courageous.
Right on the narrow.
Because he had to go back with the flight. Copped some heat from the other side, but he's marked it. He's probably about 60 from home. Running past was Viney. Viney blasts towards goal. Drives the footy there. That's a spectacular grab. Did he bring it down with him? Oh, it's a free kick.
They've called a block.
Yeah, McCartan was held out of it. Joel Smith took a fine mark, but it's not going to be paid as Sydney look to repel to Warner.
They do. That's a huge call. He marked that 2 metres out directly in front. So the kick outside to Goulden, off hands. Goulden just hand passed wildly out toward Fox. And the ball rolls away from him out of bounds.
Although, Baz, I think that mark, I think if you look at the replay, his second grab may have been over the line. So we would have had another look at that on the replay. But, yeah, good decision by the umpire.
Harvey Norman replay. And Harvey Norman's huge coffee expo ending Monday. Buy a selected coffee machine and get 10% back in gift cards.
And so they throw it in front of the old scoreboard. Petrarca and Warner do battle. Petrarca won it to Viney. Goulden down low, wins it back. Salem's involved. Spits out to Warner. Has to give it to Hickey in a hurry. Viney put a good tackle on him. The ball just burst clear to Langdon. Langdon with a low ball to Pickett's.
Brilliant.
Oh, it was a spear. And it travelled about 30 metres, but onto the chest of Pickett. And he hugs it to his chest, and he'll start his run from the gutter. But he's only about 30 out city end.
Not a play you've called out a lot tonight, but his last kick was a goal to put him in front. Now all of a sudden another kick could extend that lead, and he's a beautiful kick for goal.
Melbourne with the momentum here. So Pickett towards from a narrow. Just misses. So margin stands. Melbourne by 4 points. 7 minutes played final term. And that happening on the Triple M Beacon Trade scoreboard.
Swans need something, Baz, out of the players. Wicks, Armady, McLean, Hickey, Haywood, Heaney. They've hardly touched it the whole game. They're the forwards that need to do something for the Swans.
Just being outclassed at the moment. This very solid, classy Melbourne side have lifted and they've taken up the challenge. Viney wins it again. Got it to Laurie, back to Viney. He's 49 out. One step, left foot drop, punty goes long into the pocket, and it's a mark. Van Ruin's mark, left forward pocket, about 15 to 20 metres out. And he will go back and have a shot for Melbourne.
Feels a bit hard done by there. Tommy McCartan, he slipped just as he went to go for the ball, and he has dominated Van Rooyen today. Van Rooyen's only had 4 kicks yet to score.
10-point lead for the Demons. Van Rooyen kicks a goal. They're out to a 10-point lead. 9-10-64 play, 7-12-54. And the home side, Sydney, have got a bit of work to do. 8.5 final term. Triple M Beacon Trade scoreboard.
They have a bit of work to do, certainly, Baz, and it all starts in this centre clearance. When they dominated the centre clearance at the start of that third quarter, they scored from it. They created inside 50 metres. Then all of a sudden it's gone the other way, and again Melbourne, they've all of a sudden got back in front, 10 points in front, the last 3 goals of the game. I just mentioned before, some of the plays that they do. Isaac Heaney's had 4 disposals since quarter time, hasn't touched it. Will Haywood has had no impact at all. Sam Wicks, same thing, no impact. Braden Campbell, all the forwards need to get a touch.
And Choice Hotels around the grounds. Of course, we're going to Carlton GWS next. What's the breaking news, Baz?
Yes, we heard from Jack Hever and Kate McCarthy that Sam Taylor is a late withdrawal for GWS with a hamstring injury. That's a huge blow to the Giants.
For McDonald's and Ream Hot Water, Triple M rocks footy. Lloyd off half-back, drives it towards half-forward. Wicks can't mark. Bowie's been good today. Coming through Haywood, worries him out of it, catches the footy to Goulden. That ball is out of play, and we'll have a throw-in centre wing broadcast side.
Just when it's just G&D now here for Sydney. I mean, it's an old saying, but they have somehow got to find that desperation to be able to shrug off a very, very talented Melbourne here.
So ball spits back into play. Gawn and Hickey, they've gone at it all day. Heaney from behind the pack. Quick little give to Wicks. Round the body, ball towards half forward. It's a 2-on-1. McLean can't grasp it footy. McVie did really well. Drives it back towards centre wing. Coming through Brayshaw, did well. Mills gets him in a good tackle. Look at the blue and red jumpers arrive now. Neil Bullen rides the bump. Delivers towards centre wing. No one can mark. Petrarca's involved again. Sweeping handball, Clayton Oliver. He's got runners coming past us. Laurie delivers towards Pickett. Pickett can't mark.
Fritsch on the end of it. Hand pass to Pickett, who squares it up to full forward. Another mark. No. Dropped in the forward pocket. It was Smith who went at it, and he's dragged over the boundary line with the footy. There'll be a boundary throw in right forward pocket. So right up against the point post for the Demons. They are really putting the screws into the Swans at the moment. 10 points up. 11 minutes final term. Packed house at the SCG. Sydney fighting for a home final. So important for them. Saints fans will have their eyes on this one. Where are we heading next week? Tap down to row bottom in the back pocket for Sydney. High kick outside defensive 50. Salem at the fall of the ball at centre half forward. Trying to barge his way through. Here's row bottom again. Slap down to Goulden. Punches it to the wing. Neil Bullen got there first. Under pressure hand pass went to Hayward. Hayward hand pass to nowhere. Grabbed by McVie for Melbourne. Hand pass wide to Brayshaw, who's got space.
Brayshaw went down low. And Fritsch and Rampy see it out of play. Justin Edwards, Bob Jane T-Marts.
Dual injury concern here, one for each side. Jake Bowie came off second best to his left shoulder, is Shaw, and then Nick Blakey's hobbled off just recently for the Swans, looking at his right ankle.
So Rampy must have infringed because Fritz has the free kick, drops it to the pocket. Pickett flies, can't bring it down. McCartan there. He comes with Oliver. Oliver puts him in a good tackle. Ball spills out of play. And we'll have a throw-in forward pocket for the D's City end.
You can hear a lot of booing from the crowd because the free kicks are going to Melbourne that probably shouldn't be there, and they're not going to the Swans. 16-9. So the Swans have only received 9 free kicks in a game of football.
And their chances, the Swans, haven't they, this afternoon? Up against an incredibly talented team in Melbourne. Hickey tapped down to row bottom, kicks out of the back pocket. McLean Good stood tall. And he takes a mark. In between a few demons at half-back for the Swans. Kicks out wide to Hayward. Had to wait for it. McVie came at him. Was strong enough to hold it and roll and tumble. And he's on the wing, true wing position. Broadcast side of the ground. Melbourne by 10 points. 12 and a half final term. Chips inboard to Goulden. He's been good. Little short ball to Mills just forward of the wing. And the Swans starting to find meterage.
Yeah, Goulden wants it back. He's got it on centre wing. Driving ball as they transfer from west to east, and Rampy gobbles it up. He's about 80 from home, Rampy. He can ease it wide to Cunningham, and he does. So Melbourne, they look well structured behind the footy. So Cunningham called to play on now. He'll have to dump it to the hot spot. Hayward leaps. 1-2. Gets his foot to the ball to minor score. Margin back to 9 points. Triple M Beacon Trade scoreboard. The visitors 64. Sydney 55. And we've travelled 13 minutes final turn.
Needed to bring it across to the other side of the ground. All Melbourne Demons were in line with the ball and the goals. There was a lot of space on the other side of the ground.
So Stephen May, Troy Luff here this afternoon. Triple M Seabus Super special comments. Seabus Super making hard work pay off. And May, a long kick to the wing. Off hands, it spills to Parker. Re-entry for Sydney. Goes wide to Heaney. Heaney strong. In front of May, has taken the mark. He's only about 10 in from the boundary. He bends over and just grabs the back of his leg in the hamstring area. And he walks back now with a bit of confidence with the footy. 10 metres inside the boundary, if that. And he's got to kick this 45.
This has to go back and just do a drop punt from there. It's too far out to do the left foot snap. I mean, look, Heaney hasn't had a kick this quarter. And in the third quarter, he only had the one kick. So he needs to go back and finish this.
Starts to walk in before the kick. Melbourne by 9 points. 14 and a half final term. Heaney won't be a goal. Puts it across the face. It'll stay in play. Oh, Big Turner tries to kill the footy, but it stays in play. Ground level ball about 20 from Sydney's goal. Amati's got his head over it. Punched out to McDonald. McDonald, little snap. And it lands short, and Salem marks between the goal and point post for Melbourne.
Called to play on. Delivers wide and cleverly. And Bailey Fritsch will mark about 60 from the goal in which he's defending. Melbourne by 9 points. What a game it's been. The turnstiles were spinning early. They piled into the SCG. To bookend the round 24 match, the home and away season, Warner wins it on centre wing. Just blasts it in. Amati charges at the footy. Can't get it. Leave it clever. Didn't panic. Went back as he paddled the ball towards Stephen May. May was just a professional fumble over the boundary line. And they'll throw it in. Justin Edwards for Bob Jane T-Mars.
So Nick Blakey back on the ground. Not too much of a concern for him. The Swans doctors now looking at Harry Cunningham, who's taking some pain-relieving pills. But the Swans still yet to activate their sub. Aaron Francis still an option for them.
Boundary throw in. Forward pocket Sydney. Hamadi down to Heaney. Huge traffic down here. Oliver toe pokes it back to the boundary line. Lever wants the line. Goes Oliver's got to try and keep it in. Mills taps it backwards. Lever on hands and knees. Punches it back to the line. Mills again goes. Hand pass back into space. Grabbed out of midair by Rivers. Rush kick to half back. Off hands McCartan. Couldn't trap the footy. Melbourne will barge through Chandler. That was brilliant. Punched out a hand pass to Hunter. Another one to Neil Bullen close to the boundary. They're on the defensive side of the wing. Punches back to Viney in space, and he's pushed it up to Pickett on the wing.
Yeah, Petrarca waits down. He's got it front and square. Releases to Fritsch. Fritsch will drive it on that left side. Driving ball. It's a one-on-one. Waiting underneath it is Stevens. And took a fantastic defensive mark in front of Langdon.
Nick Blakey's playing on Fritsch and he's refusing to play anywhere near him. Fritsch has had 3 disposals without an opponent.
So Dylan Stevens with the footy. He pushed back hard from that wing position, drives it towards Parker. Fox is there. And Parker goes to ground, has to release Viney. He's had a big match. A slick little give to... That is Hunter, and Hunter drives it towards goal, and it'll be a minor score. So margin back to 10 points. Triple M Beacon Trade scoreboard. Beacon Trade here to partner with your business with lighting, electrical products for every Aussie home. Beacon Trade. Let's make light work.
2 goals to zip this term Melbourne's way. Swans started it leading by 4 points. Melbourne have a 10-point lead. And we're 17 into the final term. Sydney, though, still fighting. Short kick will come inboard to Goulden, who marks at half-back. Stands flat-footed. Looks to the outer side wing. It's just a contest out there. Will he go short? He does. And mark taken by Hayward. Hand pass back to Goulden. Kick towards half-forward, okay. Called the play on as Hayward. Stands flat-footed. Now moves. Kick to inside forward 50 to Wicks. McLean will fly from the back 30 out off hands to Oliver. Kick partially smothered. Goes straight out in the air. Langdon grabs it. Hand pass back to the running Oliver off half-back. Another one to McVie. Short pass May. Melbourne out of trouble.
Yeah, so Stephen May's got it at half-back. An adventurous kick as he looks to transfer to Lockie Hunter. Braden Campbell shut him down, but he was just in time. So Bailey Fritsch again, finding plenty of the footy in this final term. Called to play on from half-back to half-forward, and he puts it in the hands of Petrarca. Petrarca, a slick little give. Back to Hunter as they charge forward towards Pickett. Hands were sticky. And he marks 45 out, 45-degree angle, City end.
I think the Swans thought that was just going to happen for him in the last quarter. They have literally gone to sleep. The inside 50s, 12-7 Melbourne. Melbourne have had 22 more disposals. And some of the players, Christian Petrarca, since halfway through that third quarter, he's had another 9 disposals in this last quarter.
He kicked one in the third term, did Pickett. And he threaded the needle on that occasion. Can he do so again? As he's pulled it left, and it'll be no score. Well, 18 minutes gone, fourth term, and they hold a slender 10-point lead. So Sydney repel. They go straight up the corridor to Mills, and Florent marks.
Florent goes short, dangerous ball to Blakey, but he marks. 6 minutes, 15 seconds left of game time in the match. Melbourne have a 10-point lead. The Swans with plenty of work to do, and as Luffy said, the Demons have dominated in this final term. Petrarca's been magnificent. They've all lifted the guns. The kick long from Lloyd to the outer side wing. Behind the pack was Clark, won't get to him. Bowie waits for it to bounce his way. Close to the boundary, whistle goes, holding free kick to Melbourne.
So how did he get rid of it, umpire, is the question. So he's been tackled, the ball's been knocked out. Not play on, it's a free kick to Melbourne.
He's been good, Bowie. Defended wholeheartedly. Orange boots this evening as he drives this towards half forward. A number of fists for Sydney get involved to Langdon front and square. He chips it, he wants Big Maxi going to come at the footy. He does. Chandler waits down. Has to release via hand. He does now. Neil Bullen's just skirting around the pack. Looking dangerous. Ball spits out of play. And we'll have a throw in. 65 Melbourne, 55 Sydney. Justin Edwards, Bob Jane, T Marts.
John Longmire getting very, very frustrated down here on the bench. He is barking orders at the players on the bench as you can feel the home final slipping away. The crowd, 41,000. First time we've topped the 40 mark at the SCG this year.
Magnificent crowd, great atmosphere today. Buddy Franklin going around at half-time. Chandler, quick kick inside to Fridge. Fires from 25 across the body and kicks it. Oh, the Demons overrunning the Swans in this final term. Are out to a 16-point lead, 10-11-71. Sydney stagnant, 7-13-55. And that's all on the Triple M Beacon Trade scoreboard. Beacon Trade's here to partner with your business with lighting and electrical products for every Aussie home. Beacon Trade, let's make light work.
They are stagnant, Baz. You're not wrong there. And I just had a look to see where Nick Blakey was. He'd peeled off Fritsch and went and stood 10 metres in front of the goals. There's no point doing that if your man is going to dominate like he has today. He's kicked 4 goals, Bailey Fritsch. And when it's such a low-scoring game, 4 goals out of 10, that's huge. And again, Nick Blakey, look, he doesn't even want to go near him now. It's a ball up. He has been leaving him too much space. Have a look at this, Baz, when he kicks the goal. He's nowhere near him.
For McDonald's and Ream Hot Water, Triple M rocks footy. They've remained undaunted, the D's. And they lead it by 16 here. And they'll get this out of the middle. Viney involved, coming through Warner. He's going to hold it up. Good tackle. Tries to spit it out. He does now. Gawn, slick little give to Salem, one on his left foot. And he just eases it wide. And Hunter has the mark. Drives it towards half forward. Neil Bullen clever. As he'll be in no hurry. So time the enemy of the Swans now. 21 minutes played, fourth term. Neil Bullen with the footy. He'll drive it into the pocket. City end. They fly. No one can take the mark. Ball in the grass. And Turner's in underneath that. Will he be pinned? No, he won't. Spits out now. Goulden. Clayton Oliver. Oh, that's out on the full from Goulden. Under immense pressure from Oliver. And Clayton Oliver will take the free kick about 65 from home.
This has been superb, Melbourne. This has been a huge challenge for them coming into a final series. Still plenty of time left on the clock. Oliver will get to that shortly. Kicks to full forward. Gorn up, won't mark. Slapped forward or away from goal by the Swans defenders. Opportunity at ground level. Goulden hand pass to Blakey. Just bombs it up the corridor in hope. Stephen May waits for it on the bounce. Hand pass to McVie. Goes back by hand to Lever. They've set up the zone behind the footy. Melbourne again back inside. Joel Smith. Big leap in the forward pocket. Didn't mark. Spills to Neil Bullen. Then Laurie got it. Hand pass off again to Fritz. He got another one. He's got another one, Fritz. He's got 5. Snap from 35 is good. And the Demons are running away with it. 22-point leaders, 23 minutes final term. And that's on the Triple M Beacon Trade scoreboard.
Oh, so disappointing for the Swan supporters. And it's great for Melbourne that they knew before the game that win, lose or draw, their ladder position will not change. We've only got 3.5 minutes to go, and the Swans, they're not going to be able to win this from here. It's very, very unlikely. And have a look at the scenario now. If the Giants win today, the Swans will play Carlton next week, probably the MCG. If the Giants lose, the Swans will play St Kilda, probably at Marvel Stadium next week.
The voice of Troy Love, 155 in red and white. The Bali Geckos stalwart.
Yes.
So 23.5 played. Bailey Fritsch has got busy. He's kicked 3 in this term. And Melbourne lead it by 22 points. They throw down the challenge to Sydney as Hickey. That's a good little give. He puts it on the chest of Heaney. Heaney will turn quickly, 60 from home. Drives the ball towards Rowbottom, can't mark. Haywood at the back, caught high, no says the umpire. Staying low was Goulden. Wants to get his foot to the ball, he does. Back to the hot spot, Heaney. Heaney will hug it to his chest, 25 out directly in front.
Oh, they can go back, Snap.
Yeah, he's in a hurry, and he should be too. We've played 24 minutes final term, and the margin stands at 22 points. Heaney on the runway towards the Randwick end, 30 metres out directly in front and misses. Margin 21 points in the Triple M Beacon Trade scoreboard. Been all Melbourne in this final term.
Absolutely all Melbourne. Just dominated possession. They've had 22 more disposals, 16-8 inside forward 50s.
Ripping game coming up. We cross the Carlton GWS. Nate Brown in the house with Jack Everin, Chrissy Johnson, Kate McCarthy, Mickey Robertson, the two-man. Ripper team. on Triple M footy to close out what's been a magnificent Sunday. And the Giants fighting for that top 8 spot. The Western Bulldogs will be on the edge of their seats for waiting for that result. Here, Sydney not looking like they're heading to Melbourne for a final. Not looking like they're heading here to Sydney for a final or staying here. They'll be heading to Melbourne for a final next week. As the ball's been kicked to the wing, neutral territory, the umpires plucked the free kick here and will go to Melbourne. Neil Bullen put his head over the footy and got rewarded. So he's right on the boundary. True wing position, broadcast side of the ground. Superb effort from the Demons today. 21-point leaders now. The Swans, everything to play for. And Melbourne will remain where they are, even with a win here. So it's been a superb hit out for the Demons, 2 weeks away from a final. Down to ground level, Rivers. Got it to Van Rooyen. And at the bottom of that pack, the ball going nowhere. They pile in on top of the pill. And the umpire to ball it up. Under 2 minutes of game time left here now.
Well, the Swans will rue once again their inaccurate goal kicking. It's happened many times this year, Baz. Geelong was the worst, of course, but 7 goals, 14. And so many of those goals were goals that forwards should kick. Like that last one from Isaac Heaney. You're 30 metres out directly in front. You've got to go back and kick that.
A throw up, 40 out from the D's goal. They're on the attack again. Hickey legged, and he'll get a free kick. So 4 goals to zip in this final term. It's been one-way traffic, and the D's have asked questions that the Swans are yet to find answers for. So Sydney towards a centre wing. Hayward finds it at his feet. They pile in on top of him, and Umpy hugs himself and says, "Give it to me, we'll throw it up." So Bailey Fritsch, Clayton Oliver, Christian Petrarca take a well-earned rest. Maxi Gorn's on the bench too. Some talent there as the hard work is done here. They lead it by 21 points. Another ball is Viney. Warner steps through the traffic, gives it to Wicks, to Mills. Mills from 60 from home. Wobbly old kick. Heaney marks. No, he doesn't. He drops it. Bowie puts a good tackle on him. Langdon gets back, as every good wingman should. Salem's there. Hayward, good tackle on him. And it will have a ball up, 25 out from the Swans goal round weekend.
The clock ticks down here at the SCG. 1 minute left to play of game time. And the Demons have got the job done. And they'll head into a final series with a great amount of confidence because they've been magnificent at the SCG today. The ball rolls out of bounds for another boundary throw in. And Snapper and Luffy said a lot of stars are just sitting on the bench now, just pondering their work today. And happy with the result, no doubt. A break. And then a huge final series starts for this extremely talented Melbourne side. A massive opportunity for their footy club. Presents in 2023. Rowbottom at the fall of the ball. Here will have a snap. Stephen May drops back brilliant. Running with a flight of the footy. Marks right between the goalposts at full back for the Demons.
So he just spits one out to the pocket. They're in no hurry at all to move the footy forward, and Turner's got it. So a masterful display. They have gone the distance. It was a marathon for them, and they've outlasted Sydney under finals-like intensity. Long ball wide from Turner. McPhee leaves it behind, comes to Rowbottom. Well, he left it behind too. Viney didn't. He bullocked his way through. Chandler's in there trying to push it forward. Warner wins it. Viney, good tackle on him. And we'll have a stalemate at half forward for the D's.
So another ball up on the wing outer side of the ground. As the Demons start to celebrate on the bench. 21 points the margin. And there it is. Melbourne head to the final series with a win. 11-11-77 over the Swans. 7-14-56. A 21-point win to the Demons. They were magnificent at the SCG. The Swans heading to Melbourne for their first final in 2 weeks.
Combative Demons at their best this afternoon. They kicked 4 goals to zip in that final term to run out 21-point winners. 11-11-77 to Sydney, 7-14-56. So Melbourne will finish in 4th, Sydney in 6th, I believe. Luffy, as I turn to you for McDonald's and Ream Hot Water, Triple M Rocks Footy. McDonald's this week only. score 20% off your entire order. Jude Bolton is boundary side. Let's go to him right now.
Particularly after the Swans kicked the first couple in the third.
Yeah, the contest was awesome, and that's something that we needed to lift. We got a bit of a baker three-quarter time around that, and first 10 minutes of that third quarter was a bit disappointing. Parker and guys like that, when you give them time and like that, they're just going to burst through you. So, the fourth quarter, end of the third quarter, and that fourth quarter, I thought, we went back to playing our brand, which is contest and defence.
Another 16-win home away season and an opportunity, a double chance in the finals.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's built off the back of our culture. You understand that. When you have a great culture and you put things in place, what we want to stand for on the field, the rest just takes care of itself. And, we don't look at the wins and losses, we look more at the process and how we're going, and I felt like this year we're really building into finals, which is good.
Tried to tinker with the forward line, and having Bailey Fritsch back, it was just sensational tonight, wasn't he?
Oh, he's an absolute freak. What did he kick 5 or 4 on his debut after 8-9 weeks out? So he's been incredible, and Melky's been unbelievable. Fingers crossed that everything's okay with his knee. But yeah, the forward line's been awesome. Something we've been working on. Van Ruin's only played 15, 16 games. For him to come in and stand that sort of full forward role has been incredible.
Go and enjoy it, mate.
Thanks, mate. Appreciate it.
We thank Channel 7, Jude Bolton and Christian Petrarca there for that on-ground interview. Just repeating the final score, 11-11-77 Melbourne, and they defeat the Swans 7-14-56. Triple M Amy Review. Submit your fan clanger story to amy.com.au/fanshaw and you could win. I turn to you, Luffy, for your synopsis of the match and the Triple M Red Z Lending stats, please.
I'll do the stats first for you, Snapper. For the winners, Viney heated up with 29 disposals, as did Petrarca, Oliver, Brayshaw 22, 21 to Lockie Hunter, Stephen May. He was fantastic in defence. He had 21 disposals and 6 marks. For the Swans, Errol Goulden, 42 disposals.
All right, sorry, Luffy, let's go down the side again.
Jude Bolton when you went off
with Bailey
and went down to the rooms, but emerged out. What was happening?
Yeah, not ideal. I went up in a marking contest and, the foot felt a little bit sore, but, it was good enough to go back out there and, to get on the end of a few was nice and to get the win. I mean, we're under some big pressure, hostile crowd, and to come out on top leading into finals, I think it's going to be great for us.
The leaders really stood up, particularly in that second half, and just stamped their authority.
Yeah, I think our backs, we've got Christian Salem, Stephen May, Jake Lever, they really stood tall under some pretty high pressure with the crowd going nuts. So, it was unbelievable to watch.
You're having a chat to Jake Melksham on the bench. Any early signs for us?
Nah, not too sure. It's a little bit sore, but I didn't quite see it. I was actually down in the rooms at the time, so we're falling from everywhere. But hopefully he gets some scans, I suppose, and hopefully he's all right. But, not too sure.
An opportunity now to take on Collingwood in a qualifying final.
Yeah, it's exciting. At the MCG, all the Demons fans get out there and, hopefully we can put on a show for them.
Go and enjoy the win.
Beautiful. Thanks.
Impressive, Melbourne. Luffy, when you look at their side, there's a lot of A-graders. I reckon this is a pretty exciting opportunity for Melbourne in this final series. You look at Stephen May, Petrarca, Viney, Lever, Brayshaw, Gawn. Fritsch with his 4 goals today. He's back. They've missed him. They have got some talent in this side. 5 goals, excuse me. They've got some talent in this side that can absolutely do damage in 2023.
And what is good with the talent that you mentioned there, Baz, is that they were down and out halfway through the third quarter. They could have thought, well, we're just going to throw this. It doesn't really matter from here on. Players like Christian Petrarca, Viney, Oliver, Brayshaw, they all just lifted and went, you know what, we still want to win this game. And they turned it on. And then to finish off the last quarter the way they did against a team that had to win to make, well, not to make the finals, but to make a home final happen. And the Swans they almost gave up. They almost gave it away. And some of the stats in the last quarter, inside 50, 17-9 Melbourne's way. The tackles inside 50 Melbourne's way, 32 plus disposals in the last quarter, 14 plus contested possessions. It was just all Melbourne, and you would have thought that it was Melbourne playing for a spot in the finals, not playing for nothing today, the way that they finished off.
All right, Luffy, you ponder your MVP award for New Holland. Our boundary rider today, Justin Edwards, superb down there, very efficient, I might add. A full synopsis of an injury report. Melksham left the field at a stage. He didn't come back on. He went down into the rooms. Bailey Fritsch came back on after that injury scare, but he still kicked 5.
Yeah, so Jake Melksham's the big one we're going to be looking at. Subbed out with a knee injury, hoping it's not too serious for him. But in most knee injuries are at least 2 weeks, so with 2 weeks to the first final, that's going to be the big look at Melbourne during the week. Jake Bowie also had a little shoulder injury. He was fine, was able to play on. No problems for the Swans on the injury front. It looked like Nick Blakey was a little bit ginger, but they in fact got to the end of the game and never even activated their sub. Aaron Francis didn't see a single single minute, so all should be okay on the injury front from the Swans. Jake Melksham, the big one we're looking at from the Demons.
All right, Justin Edwards, superb this afternoon. Macca's I'm Loving It moment. Tonight's I'm Loving It moment happened at the 27th-minute mark of the third term, and this is how we called it on Triple M Footy.
Gawn tap down, Petrarca, flying shot from 50's a beauty. Oh, that is magnificent from one of the champs of the game. And Petrarca says, get stuffed, we're not done with yet.
And, yeah, that probably was the turning point. Petrarca kicked that goal. Pickett followed him, and the margin was back to 4 points. It was game on, and that was late in the third term. Demons would run away with it. They would kick 4 goals in the final term to run out 21-point winners. They led it by 3 points at quarter time, 8 points at the main break. Sydney bounced back in a big third term. They kicked 4 goals to 2 in that third term to lead it by 4 points. But in the end, Melbourne, they went the journey, 21-point winners at the final siren. The Triple M MVP award for New Holland. At New Holland, we grow through what you go through. Visit your local dealer today. Luffy, your 3, 2, 1, please.
All right, one vote going to go to Christian Petrarca. He was very quiet early in the game. He'd only had 8 or 9 touches at half-time. The 13-minute mark of the third quarter, he went, right, I'm going to help win this game. He ended up with 18 disposals from that point and ended up having 29 disposals and kicking a goal. 2 votes, well, it's hard to go past Bailey Fritsch. Not only did he kick 5 goals, he also had 16 disposals as well and helped set up some goals. But number one, without a doubt, it was probably his best game of the year, Errol Goulden. He's ended up with 42 disposals, 14 contested possessions, and kicked 2 goals. And what I love about it, he just goes from contest to contest. He stopped and had a go at Nick Blakey for not picking up his man as he's running past. You could see him go and pick up your man and just kept going to the next contest. So well-deserved 3 votes to Errol Goulden.
So Petrarca 1, Fritsch 2, and Errol 3. Choice hotels around the grounds. Whatever your reason for travelling, you'll get the lowest prices guaranteed when you book direct at choicehotels.com. So go ahead, book it. Huge match to follow this one. Carlton and GWS are next. Jack Heverin, Nate Brown, Chris Johnson, Kate McCarthy, Mikey Roberts. They're standing by. We thank you for your patronage this afternoon. It was a full house at the SCG, and it was the Demons by 21 points. For McDonald's and Ream Hot Water, Triple M rocks football.